should be able to hear me. And hello everyone. Welcome again to another stream. Yeah, I figured today I was trying to turn it up a little bit, but not that much, so I want you guys to hear me. I didn't really know what else to do. Cause Dead or Alive looks like there's not really much after that kind of random jumble of story mode. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch that a little later. Maybe I'll find a video that shows like a full like story timeline of what the game is supposed to be about story-wise, because that still confused me. I mean, but then again, it seems like everyone's saying that that's the story for that series is kind of already just all over the place. But I'll at least get some idea of what it's mean. I mean, because at least like Street Fighter, you can kind of understand. Tekken 2, you can understand that story. So it's kind of weird that that one is just kind of all over the place. I swear there's like some like story parts I kind of vividly remember, but other than that, it's just like going through that whole thing. I was just like, what is going on with this like story wise? But I figured today we do that and maybe some just a little chatting, cause nothing else really caught my attention. Cause you know, just got some more personal stuff going on. It's just just life, bills. I have made it a goal that I'm going to find a full-time position before the month is over, because honestly, with how things are going, what I have now, I mean, I'm thankful that after the season I still had, you know, a job I can still go to and have at least a little bit of money coming in. But the way things are and just how everything's going, it's like, it's not enough. It's not even coming close to helping covering everything, and everyone's trying to help, but there's only so much everyone else can do that, you know, can when they got their own things they gotta pay for and cover as well. So I mean, hopefully by tomorrow there's some good news, but if not, I don't know what we're gonna do really. But I guess you could say that's one of my push to why I am trying to make sure I have a full-time job before the month is over. I do have an interview Friday, because I think I told you guys this. The two previous interviews I had, both went well apparently, but one of them did get back, sent an email saying that looked like they went with someone else. I guess had more of the qualifications they were looking for, but then the other place never got back to me. I even looked up, found their HR department, emailed them saying like, hey, I had an interview this day with this person. He said I would see response in like 48 hours. He said you guys were pretty quick. If anything, I'd see it like the next day. I'm like, it's been like a week since then and nothing. And literally it's been like, I want to say like almost a month, and seriously like no response. So, but it's the fact that they didn't even send me something like the other job, being like, oh, sorry, we like with someone else, or you know, maybe something happened and they didn't need the position anymore. I don't know. So I literally applied to like 4 of the places last night, but one of them got back to me like almost immediately, set up a Zoom meeting, so we'll be doing that Friday. The other places unfortunately got back to me and said that with my qualifications I didn't really have a fit, but they said they would keep my resume, and if anything did come up that my, I guess, skill set for my resume would be more of a perfect fit, that they would reach out to me. But until then, I'm just still looking, because I need something like now. I need something at least by like, I need something by like the end of the week. Not that like by the end of like next week or something. I need something, cause yeah, things are just getting harder and stressful, and literally I was just so overwhelmed and just stressed out last night that I didn't go to sleep until the sun literally came up. Like, that's crazy. Like, I tried to go to sleep, I was like turned everything off. I listened, I don't know if any of you guys do this, but I listened to white noises to help me sleep, because a while back I was having like some ear issues. I don't know what that was about. Like, they were hurting, they were just doing the most. At one point there was like an event I was trying to go to, and I literally had to like cancel it because I was just in so much pain. I couldn't even, just the thought of even going anywhere besides rolling in my bed in pain was just like, yeah, no. So And then I bought some stuff to help fix and clean it, and I did some research, and they said that listening to white noises can, I don't know what it is about it, but it like helps like vibrate, like do something in the ears to like help like balance your ears back out to normal. So I did that, and that with everything else really helped. I haven't had any ear issues since then, like to that extreme. I keep up with it. I have like tools and all the cleaning supplies I need to like do that, because I'm like, it was like 2 weeks, and the thing is, it was like flipping ears too. It was like one ear was hurting, and it was the other, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going through this. That's a lot. So I was literally like 2 weeks of that, like literally just flipping from one ear to the next. One ear, 1 week, the other ear, another week, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going through that. I also think my previous job I was still using their headphones that they can use, which I should have been changed those, because one, they were like falling on my ear like a weird way, and mind you, I was using those for like 8-hour shifts, 5 days a week, so that probably played some role in maybe doing something to my ear that caused that too. Because as soon as I switched it and got wireless headphones that actually like cover your ear, it doesn't just like lay on like your actual ear, that helped as well too. So I think those headphones really played some type of role as well, possibly. But yeah, other than that, that and just regular daily life, just trying to continue just living and trying to keep a roof over my head. But nah, that is one of my goals. Pretty much before the month is over, to get an actual full-time position. I have something that will be bringing in, like something that either I do for 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day, 4 to 3 days. I think that's how it works. I know my other job, before I switched over to this remote position that I was in before, that was 10 hours, and I was working 4 days a week because I had like 3 days off. Yeah, I'd work 4 days sporadically. Some days were like back to back, but not a lot of them. And then I would have 3 days off. But yeah. Other than that, nothing else. And since that, I did talk about this previously. When I was scrolling through YouTube with you guys, we saw that season 6 of Miraculous Ladybug is out, and the first episode was on Disney Channel's YouTube channel. So I went and I watched it, and I'm sure if you got like maybe Disney Plus or something else, you can like watch as the new episodes come out. But I don't have that, unfortunately, so I guess I don't know, I'll wait until maybe they start showing it on TV or something. But if they're showing it on TV, which I'm sure they do, because I think the last 5 seasons were on TV, so I wouldn't see why they wouldn't. But I figured with me doing that and me kind of just going back and rewatching everything Miraculous Ladybug related, I was like, I kind of really don't have anything else I can really think or talk about. So I was like, you know what, how about we make this Miraculous Ladybug stream? We just sit, we chat, talk about the first 5 seasons, as well as all the other specials that Miraculous Ladybug has had since it debuted, and kind of what we'll be looking forward to in this new season. I did talk about it a little bit, but I wanted to go a bit more in depth, so I guess you can kind of call this like a second podcast episode, kind of. But instead of talking about an anime, we're talking about a cartoon, which is funny enough because a lot of English dub anime voice actors are in Miraculous Ladybug. Actually, let me go here. Let me get like an actual, because there's so many people I like recognize right away. Miraculous Ladybug's voice actors. Here we go. Okay, so I do have it up. So, I mean, right off the bat, I definitely recognize this Ladybug's voice actress. Yeah, I'll just do this real quick. So right away, I recognize this Ladybug's voice actress, Christina. I'm gonna butcher her last name, Valazul. Yeah, I'm gonna try. She's done so many voices. One very iconic one that I recognize for her immediately. She was the new voice for Sailor Mars or Ray in the Sailor Moon Crystal series, and pretty much in the new dub that they did for the 90s. What's another? Oh, she also is the new voice English dub for Ron in the Detective Conan series. So any like the new Detective Conan movies that come out dub, that's gonna be her voice and episodes. But they haven't released any more episodes since then, which is wild to me. They've released the movies, but they haven't done any more episodes. At least not to my knowledge. They haven't done any more episodes. She was Ruika and Bleach. What's another iconic character I recognized her for immediately? Oh, right, Sakura in Fate Stay Night. I haven't seen Konosuba yet, but apparently she's Darkness, which I saw a clip, so I recognized the voice there too. There's another character, but I can't remember who it is, and it's gonna drive me nuts. Oh right, and she does Hawk from Seven Deadly Sins, which I was like, oh wow. Like when I went back and I heard it, I was like, oh my god, that's totally Hawk. Alright, she does Killua and Hunter x Hunter, the reboot that they did. I think that's about it, cause I don't know, I can't remember. Of course, I also recognized right away the voice actor for Cat Noir or Adrian, which is Bryce Papenbrook. I recognized his voice right away because he's. Why didn't it let me click on it? There we go. He was Kirito in Sword Art Online. He's Ren Okuma in Blue Exorcist. Oh, hello, Ghost Body. Hello. Yeah, I'm just sitting here chatting today. I actually was rewatching Miraculous Ladybug since season 6 is out. So I thought maybe since that's kind of on my brain at the moment, thought we'd just sit and we chat about that today. So I'm kind of going over the English voice actors for, I guess you could say English because there is a French version of Miraculous Ladybug, but over here we kind of only get the English. So I was just saying how a lot of the voice actors from Miraculous Ladybug are ones I recognize because a lot of them do anime. One very iconic one is Bryce Papenbrook, who does Kirito in Sword Art, Rin in Blue Exorcist, and Nosuke in Demon Slayer, Meliodas in Seven Deadly Sins. Yep, right there, my boy Kirito. Eren in Attack on Titan. Oshiro, Emiya in Fate Stay Night. He's been doing voice acting for so long. He's done so many people. So he's another voice I like immediately recognize. I recognize him. I recognize Stephanie Shea. I recognize her too. She's another one because she does the new English voice for Usagi in Sailor Moon. Yep, right here. As soon as I say it, she's Hinata from Naruto and Boruto. Orihime and Bleach. There's another character, but I'm blanking. I don't know why I'm blanking on characters today. Oh, Elia from Fate 2. She's another one who's been doing voice acting for so long. I recognize her voice right away. But yeah, a lot of them do like voice act. He's done a few because I've just watched an episode previously and I've heard Todd Habercorn's voice in it, so he probably like does a few characters as well. But get off of that. But yeah, so I'm kind of just been rewatching Miraculous Ladybug, kind of going back to pretty much from the beginning all the way to where we are now with season 6. I did see the first episode. It's on YouTube, DC Channel's YouTube channel, so you guys can definitely check it out there. I would watch it, but I know I would get copyrighted like a mug, and I'm not trying to do that. But so after watching that, I was like, you know what? It's been a minute. Let me go back and rewatch the series from the beginning, and just the ups and downs and the toss and turns. And since I say this kind of also fits in with the whole month of February, being Valentine's Day, the month of love and whatnot. Since this is a heavily romantic story, you know, with the two characters unknowingly falling in love with the other person's like personality. So the iconic, I guess, love square, I guess people call it, with the main character, Marionette, falling in love with Adrian, but Adrian, of course, has fallen for Ladybug, persona. So, not knowing that they are deeply in love with each other, that they've pretty much just fallen for the other person's persona, not knowing that, yeah, pretty much the person you're crushing on is the person you see every day. So, and that goes on for a good couple of seasons. I'm actually in season 2 now, where we get introduced to 2 new love interests for Marionette and Adrian. We got Luca and Kagami. Basically seeing like kind of like the romance blooming between them, and kind of eventually what ends up happening with that. Of course, we got other people who is in relationships. We got Alia and Nino. We've got... well, Zoe doesn't come until later. Definitely kind of seeing the feelings that Natalie had for Gabriel, Kim, his feelings for Chloe and Jess. Kim isn't really a bad guy, but he definitely is one of those iconic, like, dumb jock guys that just falls for the super popular pretty girl, and even though she, you know, treats you terribly and just will try to humiliate you, you still, like, fawn over her, and you're willing to, like, do anything to win her heart. It's like, dude, come on now. Like, especially later on, I think it's in season 2, where we meet this girl who is, like, been friends with Kim for a long time. I think she's part of, like, some swim team in the city. She's had feelings for Kim for years, but of course he had no idea. She's been so obsessed with trying to win Chloe over. I think eventually they do end up getting together, but then he'll have his moments where he'll just be quickly enamored with Chloe again, and that will, like, upset his girlfriend, which rightfully so. You know, no girl wants to, you know, you finally confess your feelings to the guy you liked all this time, but he still, once in a while, will just fall back into the feelings he had for the mean rich girl that didn't give him the time of day, and really just used the fact that he had feelings for her to her advantage, which is just so scummy. Yeah, Chloe is basically, they've tried so hard to get this girl redeeming qualities, to, like, redo things over, to actually become a friend of the group. And there were times when it looked like she was, like, willing to, like, put in the effort to change, to be better. Especially the few times when, like, Adrian was like, listen, Chloe, we can't continue being friends if you're just gonna act like this. Also knowing that they've pretty much grown up together since they were kids. So she really considers Adrian like her only real true friend. Plus, she also does kind of had feelings for him. So she, of course, doesn't want to lose that, but pretty much the fact that she's grown up selfish, pretty much manipulating her father to get her way, with her father being the prince of, not prince, what's the word, mayor of Paris, and pretty much have grown up in lax and, like, rich and luxury, and believes that no matter what, she gets whatever she wants. Especially later on in the season when you find out just how much she, like, really has tormented, especially, like, Marinette specifically. Like, there was an episode, I want to say, like, season 5. I think it's season 5. Well, at this point, Marionette, and I keep saying her name, Marionette. I keep saying her name wrong, and I realized that. And Adrian are at this point kind of working towards, like, feelings for each other, but she's had, like, a lot of trauma, especially when it comes to, like, confessing her true feelings to someone. We find out later on that she actually before had a crush on Kim. They got together, like, went out literally on, like, one day to the pool. They hung out. It was a great time. Of course, Chloe noticed this and immediately told Kim, hey, why don't you, you know, play this prank? Like, pick this moment when she's, like, the less unknowing and pull this prank on her, and she'll absolutely love it. You know, what girl doesn't love getting pranked by the guy she likes? And of course, Kim, not having much brain cells up there, immediately agrees with it, thinking it's a good idea, totally does it, traumatizes poor Marionette. I think I'm saying her name right, but for some reason it sounds weird when I'm saying it. yeah, pretty much traumatizing her to the point where we find out kind of where she gets her obsessive of wanting to know every single little thing about the guy she's interested in, like his date of birth, and trying to plan out everything. So something like that doesn't happen again. So once we kind of do get that trauma of hers revealed, we do kind of understand where she gets her like over planning this from. And with that, she is trying to like work so that she could be more comfortable. But yeah, I pretty much stopped at like season 2 episode. Oh fudge, probably shouldn't have closed it. You know what? I'll bring it back up so I can tell you exactly what episode. Oh, I think I pretty much finished season 2. Yeah, I will finish the last episode of season 2. Well, at this point, they were having like some hero day. Marinette was like, "Oh, let's try to do like a potluck or a picnic." That ended up getting ruined. But that's another thing. Marinette is such a like good friend. She's always willing to help out someone. Someone's being bullied or teased, or maybe they're having trouble trying to do something. She'll give them the courage to like, hey, it can't be all that bad. We're here for you. We'll help you with the best we can, helping people overcome situations that they feel like they're trapped in. So whenever a situation like this occurs, that where Marinette is just seems overwhelmed, nothing she does is working, and she's about to give up herself, that's when literally all the other cast will jump in and be willing to help her, fix it. That happened that's pretty much what happened in this. So everyone kind of came together to help her do what she was trying to do, but ended up getting ruined. There was another episode previously where it was like her birthday, her grandma had showed up, but at this point it's been years since they've been together because the grandmother is pretty much is a super traveler. She just travels through the world, always sending Marinette like postcards of the newest place she's been. So at this point, she's kind of out of touch at this point, like what Marinette is interested in. Thinks she's still into like the kid stuff from when they were little, she was around more. Ends up kind of hurting her feelings a little bit when she tries to go off to a party that the friends were setting up of her, but she was pretending she had no idea about. The grandmother ends up getting akumatized, going after Marinette, thinking that twisting it around that she was just being like a spoiled brat. She's going around lying and pretending to be what she's not to get people to do things for her, which happens a lot. There's a few people that when they get akumatized and they target Marinette, it like flips their perspective of her, that they believe like her kind nature, her willingness to help others, and put herself out there. It's just a facade she's doing to be popular, to get attention for all the people around her, and to get attention of the guy she's interested in. When it's like, no, she really is that genuinely that kind, sweet, helpful person. So when the grandmother's like going after her, trying to pretty much looks like trying to like Medusa like stone her with these like even her candy that she gives Marinette gets like akumatized, and she like shoots it at her, or if shoots it and someone gets hit and they get like pretty much like stoned. And then with that, when she's like pretty much cornered, all the other kids jump in saying like, hey, that's not true, Marinette's not like that. Everyone willing to like jump in and help her and save her, even if it means them getting hurt in the process. There's a moment where like Cat Noir was like, wow, you must be a really cool girl to have all your friends willing to stick up for you and protect you like that. So it really just showed that Marinette's just that kind of a person that whenever a situation happens to her, everyone is willing to just drop what they're doing to help her fix the situation, because they know if the situation was reversed, Marinette would be the first one there to help out everyone, I'd really like that. I like how close everyone is. Later on we do get Zoe to join in as well. Zoe is pretty much Chloe's minion, is what pretty much you call her. Zoe believes that they're friends, but Chloe of course does not see her like that. She pretty much sees what's her name? No, Zoe is her half-sister, which we'll get into that. What is her name? I swear that's what her name was. Which is weird that it's not showing her here. Let me go to all characters. Yeah, no, it's not showing her. Miraculous, Ladybug. Characters. Sabrina, that's her name, Sabrina. Now, Zoe is this half-sister that we'll talk about a little bit. No, Sabrina. So Sabrina is the short girl with the short, brown orange hair that wears glasses. Yeah, basically, she believes her and Chloe are like the best of friends and whatnot. But in reality, Chloe just sees her more as a servant, someone to do her bidding, someone that if the situation it gets too dire that she'll end up getting in trouble, she'll immediately turn and put the blame on Sabrina, so that way she doesn't get in trouble. Also that her dad is like not the chief of police, but he is like a police officer that we see throughout the story a lot. So he I guess maybe she has that mindset of, oh well, your police dad will just bail you out, no matter. But I can't have any type of negative on me like that. So yeah, basically Chloe is your typical just bitch character that just grew up rich and spoiled, had everything handed to her, believes that no matter what, she should get her way, regardless of how anyone else feels about it, and yeah, so. But speaking of Zoe, we do get introduced to her around, oh fudge, when did she pop up? I want to say season 4-ish? No, was it? No, season 3, I don't think she popped up yet. I think Zoe popped up around like season 4. Hold on. I haven't rewatched up to that point. Yeah, I just want to know where she popped up at. First appeared in Soul Crusher. Okay, but what season is that? I don't know what season that is. Oh, it gives me the episode name, but it doesn't give me what season. Season 4. Okay, so I was right. So she popped up like a couple of episodes into season 4. Yeah, so we find out around season 4 that apparently Chloe has a half-sister that's been living in New York all this time with their mother. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can find something about that, because they explained kind of what their true relationship is, but I think it's like they're half sisters, but I don't understand how they're half sisters. Half sister. Here we go. This thing just keeps popping up. No, let me go back. Oh, okay. So she is Chloe's younger half-sister, and Chloe's dad's stepdaughter. Okay, so I guess their parents aren't married, they're separated, and I guess the mom must have gotten involved or had a lover with someone else, and they ended up having Chloe. So they have the same mom, they just don't have the same dad. Okay. I was like, I know they said they were like half siblings, but I'm like, I don't understand. I didn't really went into detail on what that meant. I was like, wait, so how is she? I was like, so did the dad have another wife? I'm like, no, because the way he is like totally like, can I even say this on Twitch? Kind of whipped by their mom. What is her name? Audrey. Okay, I was like, was it Audrey? Because she had popped up in the season I just watched. But it was literally like 1 or 2 episodes, and I couldn't remember. Audrey. Right, so her mom's like this world-renowned like fashion mogul, like runs like a really popular fashion magazine that not was it Meliodas that Marionette is like really enamored with. When she meets her, she's like starstruck, but then quickly finds out that yeah, she's basically like she's basically the taller version of Chloe. So basically, like yeah, now we kind of get where Chloe gets her bragginess, her entitlement, her "I'm better than all of you" attitude. She is pretty much a one-to-one copy of her mom. And then we see that Zoe is kind of pretty much the opposite of that. She's a bit more down to earth. She quickly gets along with the group, compared to, you know, her sister. And for couple of episodes, she just tries to keep out of like Chloe's way. You know, doesn't want to step any toes. You know, since she feels like she's not a true part of the family since she is only her half sibling. But you know, with becoming friends with Marionette and the group, starts coming more out of her shell, you know, is more willing to stand up for what she believes in, stands up against, you know, Chloe, her mother, kind of working with her stepfather to, even for him to like see what his true passion is. That, you know, we kind of also, that was kind of funny, kind of sad that we find out like later on that he actually had a passion for filmmaking. I guess he wanted to be like a filmmaker or a director or something like that, but met Audrey at college and then madly fell for her. But probably said, I didn't think said something along the lines of she didn't want to get involved with someone who didn't have a powerful status or some crap like that. So you know, quickly changed professions to, I guess, politics, and ended up growing into becoming the mayor of Paris. And I guess she saw that as a good enough position for him to be with her. So I guess that's how they ended up getting together, having Chloe. But I guess somewhere down the lines they ended up splitting up, kind of, or the mother cheated and had an affair and then had Chloe, because she still has like their last name, and they're, I guess, still technically married. So maybe they were separated and then the mother had an affair and then had Zoe. So maybe that's another reason why maybe Chloe is so mean to her, because she feels like she's like the product of something that is tearing apart her perfect family of, you know, being with her perfect glamorous mother and her powerful father that will do whatever she wants. So kind of having a sister that's kind of not, pretty much a mini-me of her and her mom, is totally just hates Zoe and tries to make her like miserable. But luckily, like I said, she does end up getting involved with the groups, with the friends, pretty much coming one with the friend group, being there for everyone, you know, helping out Marionette whenever something comes up, wanting to be with her. We also do find out throughout the times of like what was this real, like season 5, we find out that she does have feelings for Marionette, but you know, understands that she is pretty much crazy about Adrian and just wants her to be happy, you know, to be happy and find true happiness, kind of in the way that, you know, she did for her, of helping her, you know, be herself and not be afraid to just fall behind Chloe's and her mother's shadow. So I really do like that. We do see, I love Zoe's character, especially when she gets introduced, and kind of like, even though her and Chloe are, you know, half sisters, they pretty much are like the total opposite. And she's, if anything, we see that Zoe is what Chloe could be if she just dropped the whole pompous "I'm better than you" attitude and dropped the "oh, I'm the rich girl that can do whatever I want thanks to my rich daddy," and would be just like how Zoe is in the friend group, and she had just, you know, stopped being a total B. Who else was another? I talked about him a bit, but we did talk about Luca. He is, turns out he's like the brother of one of the friend groups we don't meet until like season 2. He's like a guitarist, and I think at this point Marionette's kind of wavering between, you know, her feelings for Adrian and not ever having the courage to reciprocate it. So we see her kind of getting closer to Luca, them kind of bonding and forming this kind of almost romance as well. But I don't know, I feel like I feel like the story could have gone either way. I think they are kind of showing that, Marinette and Adrian have kind of like meant and made for each other, but because of the responsibilities they both have for being the wielders of the Ladybug and the cat, that they can't be together without it having huge consequences for it. Which they do a few episodes throughout seasons of what would happen if, actually this is a big thing, I forgot to say this. We do meet later on in season 1 we get a glimpse of him, but we get more information about him in season 2, that there is a guardian for all of the Kwamis. That's the little creatures that wield the powers that the wielders hold. So Marionette is Tiki, the little ladybug is the Kwami of Creation, I believe is her title, and then Adrian's is Plague, and he's the Kwami of Destruction, pretty much. So they kind of like polar opposites. While she can like create and bring life, he is destruction and can bring like death and whatnot. So, but one of the things, out of anything, I would think they said this, like their powers are the strongest out of both the Kwamis, and actually you need both of their Miraculouses, which are Marionette's earrings and Adrian's ring, together to form together for them to like combine, and with that you get one wish, but that one wish comes at a great cost. Whatever you do, there will be kind of, I guess you can say, there's a cause to the wish that they get, and there's going to be an after effect that happens, and the after effect could be huge, depending on whatever wish is made using the two Miraculous. It could be something, I think Marionette kind of explains it better as like if you use the wish to cure someone of a disease or an illness, it would cure them, but then someone else in the world would get deathly sick and would have to suffer through the fate that would have befallen the person who was sick. If they wish to change something, it could have like a butterfly effect, end up changing history and the world as a whole. Like pretty much saying like, yeah, it is a good wish, it is a good power, and something that could probably just solve all the problems in the world. But especially Marionette specifies that it doesn't really work like that. Whatever you wish for, there would be a huge sacrifice that would be as a cause to that. I think she said at one point, even if they had used the two Miraculous to wish that maybe Monarch was no more, it would get rid of him, but in his place a more devious, dastardly, and more vicious villain would be formed in his place. So that wouldn't work. If anything, it would just create a more deathly problem, which I guess in a way is kind of what's been happening in the 6th season. Even though the wish wasn't something that Marionette herself made, it was something that Monarch or Hawkmoth did himself. But it seems like in a way with him doing that wish, it ended up opening up the door to create a more devious, more smarter, more calculating villain, and what we're dealing with now. But I'll get into that too. Also, I actually didn't even talk about the main villain of this story, but I'll go into Luca a bit more before that. But yeah, so we kind of see a relationship blooming between him and Marionette. But I think at one point he does realize that, he does have feelings for her, and she kind of does have feelings for him. But he does see that her true heart does always end up falling back with Adrian. So even though, he does have feelings for her, he sees that he's not really the one for her. At least like the world saying that they aren't really what made for each other like that, which is heartbreaking, because I think if it was up to me, I'm not saying that Adrian and Marionette aren't a cute couple. They totally are once they finally do get together. But I definitely wouldn't have hated the story if it had changed and she had fallen for Luca and ended up being with Luca. I think even at one point she said things had changed, and maybe she had completely given up on Adrian and totally devoted herself to dating and falling for Luca. She would have been just as happy, but she always felt like something in the back of her mind or heart would have always made her feel like something was missing, which, I mean, I get it, but still, I always really loved the cute little relationship between them. As I'm watching season 2, we kind of seeing that him, coming out to his feelings for Marionette, and her slowly, like, being, not charmed, but opening up and being more to herself, that she feels like she can't really be around Adrian, and, kind of forming this relationship with him as well. So I just love it. Also, we do have the counterpart for Adrian, because at this point he's been rejected up and down a million times by Ladybug, but of course, she has her reasons that they can't be that involved with each other, because if they did and they ended up revealing their secrets, it would just cause too many problems that could end up causing them to lose their Miraculous, and with that, getting the wish that, if in the wrong hands, could end up changing the world forever. So, like I said, there is a few episodes where it kind of is like a what if, what happens if one of them or both of them find out that the other is Adrian or Marionette. They end up finding out, the other person ends up finding out, but then with that, the evil villain, Monarch or Hawkmoth, discovers the secret, uses their pretty much love and relationship to manipulate the other into getting the Miraculous, and ends up causing this huge catastrophe, which is just also kind of saying, like, yeah, in a way they are meant for each other. We do see that they're happy, they're in love, nothing can really stop them, but their love is also a great weakness for them, that if in the wrong hands or discovered in the wrong hands, would be used against them. So luckily, I guess we could say, with this new season, even though Marionette and Adrian are a couple themselves, their superhero personas are still just best partners and best friends, so there's no ifs about that, which I'll actually get into that too, because that whole reverse love triangle that they did in first few episodes of season 5 was crazy. So yeah, pretty much at this point it's been like Marionette's been in love with Adrian, but Adrian, as Cat Noir, has been in love with Ladybug. But of course, when they're both in their respective other forms, they're in love with the other person, so the other person kind of sees it. Miraculous, let's go. Yeah, I'm talking about Ladybug today. I had seen season 6, the first episode, because it's on Disney Channel's YouTube channel. And with that, I was like, you know what? It's been a minute. I haven't rewatched this series since then. So I've actually been going back and rewatching all the previous seasons and all the specials. I got up to finishing season 2 before I started stream, but I do kind of remember what happens in the previous seasons. So I was just talking about Luca and kind of the relationship that was forming between him and Marionette, and how that they was just so cute. I would have loved that they had been together. What do you think of the new redesign? I'm not gonna lie, it threw me off at first. At first, I honestly thought I was watching the wrong thing. I was like, wait, what is this? Because I remember back when Ladybug was being released, I forget which anime studio, but some anime studio was thinking about making an anime adaptation of Ladybug, and I think they even show it in one of the later seasons of, oh, this is what Ladybug would look like if they were an anime. Crazy enough, but I think it never got fully greenlit. If anything, I think the trailer, you can find the trailer on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. Miraculous Ladybug anime. Or 2D. I mean, yeah, I guess anime. Cause it literally is one-to-one anime. As far as I know, Ladybug was originally meant to be an anime, but became CGI after the anime didn't get off the ground. Oh, so the anime was supposed to be first, and then they switched it to the, I guess 3D is what it is now. Okay, which I think is crazy because the anime one looks so good. When I saw it, I was like, wait, why did they not greenlit this? This looks so cool. Let me see if I can bring it up. I won't do the audio because I know it's going to be playing the opening and I'm not trying to get copyright strike. Yes, skip that up. Skip You telling me this doesn't look cool? Oh, another thing I didn't say. This opening for Ladybug, y'all can't lie, this opening slaps. Like, oh my god. If you look up Quinty Kids, you can see Ladybug and Cat Noir's original team. Oh, interesting. But yeah, this is kind of like the anime. Well, this is the trailer I saw that they like played with the opening, and like, come on, you telling me this doesn't look good? They could have totally did an anime. I do gotta admit, this is supposed to be Adrian, at least, but I would say I'm glad they changed how he looks in the series that we ended up getting, because he looks a lot like Felix. So I don't know if Felix was supposed to be a character later on in the story. No, we do get introduced to him. He looked too much like Felix, so I'm kind of glad that they do change. I guess they use this for Felix and then, you know, change up Adrian for what we know him as, because that would have been, they already look identical, because we do find out that their moms were identical twins, so they're cousins and they're half brothers as well. So, and it's funny enough that they both end up taking after their mothers, so they already just look identical to each other. So, but yeah, so this is supposed to be Adrian, but he looks too much like Felix. So originally Felix was Cat Noir, and he was cursed with the ring and insane bad luck, and was trying to win Ladybug's love to break the curse of the ring. Really? So Adrian wasn't even a thing? So the story would have been her falling for Felix. So was Marionette supposed to have like good luck? So with him having the ring, so he was supposed to be like cursed with bad luck all his life. So with Marionette being, you know, Ladybug, was she supposed to be gifted with good luck for her whole life? That would have been kind of interesting, you know, that she had all this good luck happening to her. I guess with her bonding with Tiki, and him being connected with a black cat, which is the symbol, I guess, for bad luck. Yeah, the good and the bad luck of the Miraculous was more prominent. Oh, they should have done that. That'd have been interesting to see. You know, kind of seeing, like, you know, like all the kind of like what's his name, like a Nagito, no, yeah, Nagito, pretty much the ultimate lucky student dude from Danganronpa 2, how he has like super insane good luck. That would have been like Marionette, and then I don't think there was ever anyone who had bad luck as a talent in Danganronpa, but that's kind of what I guess Felix in this version would have been. So that's interesting. I never knew that. That's so cool. So this would have been Felix, not Adrian. I'm kind of wishing they did this now. Also, Plague was a lot more of a trickster. It would make Felix's life harder on purpose. I can only imagine, because Plague always be making things even harder for Adrian now. So the fact that he was more of a troublemaker in this version, and just constantly just bringing in more bad luck for the wielder, would have been so funny. You know what's funny? Now that I say that, and then you're pointing out that that's supposed to be Felix, that if you look on YouTube, there's a few you know how people like posting like doing comics of Ladybug and like dubbing it over, there's a few where they ship her with Felix, and I never understood that. I was always like, why Felix? Isn't it supposed to be Adrian? But I guess they're basing it off of what the anime would have done and whatnot, so that's cool. Also, I think they intended to do an identity reveal a lot earlier. I wonder how that would have worked out. Because I wonder if their powers would have been the same. Would they have, like, could both of their Miraculous still do that whole powerful one wish thing if together? And that is kind of like one of the premise for the story. That even though, you know, they're crazy about each other and kind of already made for each other, but the fact that, you know, she's the wielder of the Tiki with the Kwame of creation and him of destruction, that together their powers can never be together in the wrong hands. Otherwise, world could go bye-bye. That is so interesting. I never knew that. I never knew. I mean, I always saw this, but I thought it was just like something they were trying to do. But I never knew this was the original, and what we end up getting was like the second version of the story that they end up just going with. Oh. I guess that's him Plague being more of a trickster part you were talking about, because what the hell? Why did he do that? I mean, Plague is already causing enough trouble. Cause it's funny because we do kind of go more into the Kwamis, like what they've done over the years, since there's been hundreds and hundreds of cat noirs, black cats and ladybugs. So, and then, you know, Plague always being like, yeah, you know, he's always been, even though, you know, his power is of that of like destruction, he's been, you know, he's acknowledged that, yeah, wherever I go, I pretty much bring destruction with me. No idea, just remember seeing concept art of Marionette and Felix with other heroes of their team who don't have Miraculous, just superpowers. Very interesting. Especially since in the series we have now, they need to have a Miraculous to have powers. Especially since that is something that's prominent more in this current season, that, you know, with her getting back all the Kwamis except for I forget which one is it. Is it the butterfly is something else. It's whatever one Hawkmoth was using. No, I think it is the butterfly, because the other one's the peacock, I think. The only one I know is Kid Mine, who has the same mind power as the mind villain. Well, also that, and people can get akumatized and they get powers like that. Hawkmoth uses the butterfly. Okay, so I was right. So it is the butterfly, and then the other one he was using for like added power, I think around season 2, was the peacock. And then that's where our version, at least the one I'm known for, the one that Felix is using, he used Natalie used that for a little bit, and then I forget what happened. It got damaged, and then she used it, but then using it got her like cursed or something. So then that's how she like started getting like deathly sick throughout the rest of the season. But then I forgot how they got it prepared, how it was repaired. And then Felix stole it and ended up having it. So now he's the wielder of the Peacock Miraculous. And crazy enough that Marionette let him keep it. You know, I guess in a way he did kind of see the error of his ways. I also think with him, actually I didn't even talk about Kagami yet. You know, the love story between Kagami and Adrian blooming, you know, how she was a bit more aggressive in kind of what she wants, but we do find out later that she's, if anything's had a similar life to Adrian, where her mother is just on her back, just trying to form her into what she wants her to be, instead of what maybe Kagami wants. You know, also like maybe pushing into her mind that her and Adrian are meant to be. But I do think eventually she does develop true feelings for Adrian, but it doesn't end up working out. You know, kind of seeing that him and Marionette are more meant for each other, and then later on in the seasons when he like comes to full terms that he does have feelings for Marionette, and her trying to help, it also kind of brings up more feelings, because she ends up getting akumatized like excuse me, she gets akumatized like 2 or 3 times in like season 5, because you know, seeing Adrian trying to work so hard to win Marionette over, and Marionette being conflicted about if she should really go along with this because of what happened in the previous season. Kind of seeing that forming between them like brings up more like jealousy in her, you know, that, you know, it didn't work out with Adrian. So I do love that she you know, her and Felix kind of found each other. So, and they do make a cute couple in my opinion. Hold on, let me fix my whoopsie. I was trying to fix it, not get rid of it. There we go. The peacock was damaged by Fu years ago. Then Adrian's mom used it and got sick. Natalie used it and also got sick. Oh, so that's what got her sick. I always was wondering, like, what happened to her? How did she get sick? No, that's good. Actually, thank you, because I didn't know that, or either I did and I forgot. Okay, so Adrian's mom used it and got sick. Natalie used it and also got sick. Gabriel fixed it after he deciphered the book. Then Gabriel used it as Shadow Moth. Okay, I remember that. Then Felix got it after making a deal with Gabriel for the rest of Miraculous. Yes, that's what happened in the end of season 3 going into season 4. Then Gabriel becomes Monarch. Okay, so okay. I do know that Natalie used it and that what got her sick and how her health started deteriorating towards the end of like season 5. And then, but I didn't know the mom used it too. What? So what was the mom using it for? Maybe to help Gabriel with something? Interesting. I definitely need to. I am going back and I'm rewatching it, so maybe I'll find the episode that talks about that. Talks about maybe why Fu damaged it and mom used it to make Adrian. Oh, that's right. Because they are, yeah, they ended up getting revealed in the end of season 5. Yeah, that he's a Senta monster, as well as Kagami and even Felix, right? They're all supposed to be like Senta monsters that were created because they when their moms got together with their respective husbands, they were having troubles conceiving a child, and so they end up using the Miraculous to, you know, form that life of Adrian. Kagami was just Adrian and Felix. Really? So why did the show made it seem like Kagami was one too? Because when her and Felix got together, he was like, oh, here's the ring, you know, the true ring your mother's using to control you. Now it's in your hands, she has to fake, so she can no longer bend you to her will. But I definitely would need to go back. I'm so confused. I guess it's a good thing I'm going back and I'm rewatching Ladybug, because I guess there's stuff I missed or I'm just misremembering. Plus, wasn't there like a huge gap between one of the previous seasons? I mean, it's been, I don't remember when season 5 ended, like 2 years ago season 5 ended, I think. It's been a minute, and we're just now getting season 6. But yeah, there's so much going on. And then we just have all the other relationships with everyone else around, I think, what season was that? I think it was season 3 where, I guess at that point Shadow Moth finds the Guardian, goes after him, and then, I guess to prevent him from getting access to Miraculous before what happens towards season 4, he makes Marionette the Guardian. I stand corrected, Kagami was, or is. Okay. I was like, wait, I could have sworn, because I remember when, you know, after the whole thing with Felix and him meeting Kagami and them kind of blooming a romance between them, you know, the mom comes back, takes back the ring, saying, oh, you know, you are out of control, so I'll keep this now to keep you in line. And they meet up in the movies, and he was like, here's the real ring, what your mother has is a fake. So with that, you know, you're no longer tied to her will and her control over you. Your life is your own. Which we find out, so hers is a ring. I think all theirs is a ring in a way, cause Felix's is a ring in it, and that little I guess, presentation him and Kagami used, they showed kind of what happened with him. You also find out his dad was an asshole, apparently. Love the Peacock Miraculous, by the way. It's my favorite. I really love the summer type powers. No, that one, that design is so cool. I'm not gonna lie. When Hawkmoth started using it, and became like Shadow Moth. I'm not gonna lie. That was such a cool glow up. But my favorite one. Hold on. Adrian and Felix are the twin. Oh, that's right. Cause the Redding. Yeah, I remember now. The Redding Wings. Cause wasn't that something he was trying to get? Felix was trying to get back from Gabriel. He was like, or no, like his mom too. They're like, you're holding on to, like it belongs to like her family, right? And but he's holding it on because the other one was the mom's. So, with her comatose, he's having it, but they're like, oh. They don't like that he has it, so they're like, no, you need to give it back to us. It belongs to our family. And he's like, no. Plus, now remembering, like whenever he tries to whenever he's commanding Adrian, we'll see him touch it. So yeah, it is the ring. I am wondering when that reveal gets announced to like Marionette, how she'll feel knowing Adrian's a Sentimonster, Felix is one too, and Kagami, and maybe if anyone else is a Sentimonster. I get the feeling that maybe, I don't know, maybe Chloe's one too. I always saw like people guessing that maybe Chloe is a Sentimonster, but then it's like we never really see. Well, one, she's way out of control. I don't see anyone controlling her, so that'd be wild. But she already knows. She doesn't really show that. But no, I mean, I guess she would, because in when they did that presentation, they like explained what happened. Felix and Kagami told her. Okay. I'm definitely going back and rewatching it. There's so much I don't remember. But what was I? Oh, right. I was trying to find which of the Miraculous I like. I'm not gonna lie, I'd like, and more so I like it when Alia is this character. Oh, where's my screen? Just jumbled. I loved, what is it, the Fox? Yeah, the Fox Miraculous. And when Alia uses it and she's Rena Rouge. Like, this power? Oh, this is so cool. A Fox themed superhero that has a power to create illusions. Yeah, just like her illusion powers are just so OP. And I just love this design. I'm not gonna lie, I like it more on Alia than I did on what's the other bitch name? The one who showed up when she was girl just lying out of her teeth. Who apparently is our new bad in season 6. No, so far we have not seen her, unless you saw the London special that they did. But even then, she's gone by a different name. She's changed her hair, and she's just determined to take Ladybug down. One, because she hates the fact that Ladybug like exposed her to Adrian. When she was like Lila. There we go. Yeah, Lila. So literally, girl showed up day one, was just lying through her teeth, saying, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that." Was trying to impress Adrian, saying, "Oh, when I guess she saw how much. I guess did she deduce that maybe he had feelings for Ladybug, or just thought maybe he was just a huge fan of Ladybug? Either or, which is like, oh well, I know Ladybug personally. We're best friends. We're always hanging out." Marionette, of course, hearing this, pops up as Ladybug, and it was like, no, that's not true. I don't know who this girl is. Everything she's been saying is a lie. I wouldn't be surprised if everything she's told you so far since meeting her has been a lie. that totally rubbed her the wrong way, and it pretty much has made her um Ladybug's #1 enemy. I guess she didn't like being called out like that. Also, she hates Marionette because, you know, she sees how close she is with everyone else. I guess she hates the attention that Marionette is getting. She wants all that attention on her. So she really hates, you know, how, I guess, easy everyone is quick to go to her for trouble, go to her for anything, and she wants to be that person. So that's why she's, like, pretty much have done anything she could to, like, diminish Marionette's, like, reputation, try to make her seem like she's incompetent, like she can't do things. Wasn't until that big reveal in season 5 where they were doing like what is it called? They were doing like those I guess what would they call it here? I'm blanking on the words. It was like those blue folders, and they were trying to write down what they wanted to do with their futures and take their next step. You know, after graduating. Like, there was like a certain name they used, but I can't remember. So yeah, basically like Marionette was in charge of it, but Marionette was in charge of it, but somehow Lila had like lied and worked with Chloe so that they could get access to it. Started switching everyone's things around to make it seem like, oh, Marionette did it to get attention, or she was jealous, you know, that, you know, Lila and Chloe stole her position as, like, I guess it was like team leader or class leader or something like that. Got Sabrina roped into it. It looked like they were gonna blame her, but then Sabrina turned around and was like, no, you guys, you know, you two forced me to do this. You forced me to rewrite everyone's things over. Runs off to look like this porta potty they built in because one of their restroom was broken. They go in there and they start threatening Sabrina, telling her, they're like, oh, keep your mouth shut. Otherwise, you know, Chloe, of course, they said, I'll use my dad's position to fire your dad and run you out of Paris. And pretty much Lila was the same, pretty much saying, she's like, I got everyone wrapped around my finger. I've had everyone believing that, you know, Marionette pushed me down the stairs the first time we met. I've been lying to the teacher in the school so that I can leave whenever I want and be gone for days without it being an issue. Even, like, I think, like, the final threat she told us, Sabrina, was like, oh, I can even convince your own father to put you in jail. So, like, don't try me, you know, so tell me what evidence you have against us about what happened. Of course, then Sabrina's like, yeah, actually there was no evidence, but there is now. Clicks a button and Marionette's there, and she's like, pretty much, you've been exposed. Sabrina told me everything, and we planned all this. We knew that you were gonna somehow blame this on me, so I told Sabrina to just continue on she was being forced to do, but we were gonna make a scenario where you were just gonna expose yourself, and voila, here we go. That was beautiful. I love watching that episode. When I first saw that episode, I rewatched that whole scene like 6 times. And I was just like, finally! Like, someone get these two out of here. Oh my god. But of course, they both ended up leaving. They get expelled because, you know, pretty much it's been revealed that, you know, Lila's pretty much been lying through her teeth as usual. And pretty much Chloe is just being Chloe, but at this point she's taking it way too far, trying to ruin the future of all the other students just so she can get her way. But of course, Chloe tries to pull some strings to get her father to fire the principal if he didn't like let this go and didn't try to rewrite everyone's like path plan again. Almost gets akumatized. All right, I actually didn't explain. Remember at this point in the season, Marionette's been making like lucky charms for everyone that's supposed to like help them be less more likely to get akumatized. But at this point, at that episode, we do see the true power of the lucky charms. That basically, when people have more faith in themselves or more willing to believe it, it ends up forming a magic shield that completely purifies the Akuma and sends it back on its way. Which I wonder if they're gonna bring that up in this current season, because you know, now that we have all the Miraculous back and everyone and each Kwami does have a holder, you know, they're going around, you know, helping parents out with daily stuff. But when it comes to an actual Akuma, Marionette did state like, hey, you know, you guys can go out and do your superhero things when you can and whatnot. But she's like, when it comes to an actual Akuma attack, she's like, do not engage by yourself. If someone is akumatized, you contact me and Chat Noir immediately. You know, for the whatever chance that just in case, you know, someone doesn't get accidentally akumatized or someone gets their Miraculous stolen again, and then they end up losing another Miraculous. So I guess they're just trying to prevent that from happening. So she's like pretty much put state rules like, yeah, you know, you guys can go out do your hero things when you can, but when it comes to actual Akuma like situations, please do not engage them by yourselves. We don't know what this new villain is up to, what their tricks are. We don't want to give them more powers than they already are working with by giving them access to other Miraculous. So at least that's my mindset, which I do get, because it's like only really Ladybug and Cat Noir can deal with that. The other ones are still relatively new, don't really know how to work with dealing with akumatized people like that, you know, what to do with that, and a way to also keep your Miraculous safe, and especially since their Miraculous are a bit more important to pretty much maintaining the balance of what's going on. So they've had a bit more training and a bit more I guess sense on how to deal with that. So, but what else was I gonna say? Let's see, I kind of already went through season 2. Oh, right, I actually didn't even talk about the main thing that happens. Season 4 going into season 5 is when, I guess that's one of the reasons why Marionette was so off stance against Adrian, because at that point, we see Adrian has, like, really started to develop feelings for, you know, Marionette, decides, you know, that he does have feelings for Ladybug, but it's more of, like, a partnership, friendship, that type of love. But we do see him slowly growing closer to Marionette herself. But of course, at this point, we know Marionette is pretty much gaga goo crazy for Adrian. Felix comes to the picture, uses the fact that him and Adrian pretty much look alike and sound alike, since they do have the same voice actor, to trick Marionette into giving him what I forget what happens exactly. Gives him one of the Miraculous. She ends up losing her yo-yo thing, right? And with that, he was able to get access to the other Miraculous, takes them, give them to Monarch, reveals, you know, that he wasn't Adrian, that he was Felix, was just working with Monarch. Well, not Monarch at that point, Shadow Moth, to get access to the other Miraculous, in exchange for the Peacock, like you said. And then, I think we turn that off. And that, like, really, like, you know, at that point she has been, like, crown guardian, because, you know, the previous guardian got attacked by Shadow Moth or Hawk Moth or whatever he was at the time, and to prevent him from getting access to the Miraculous at that point through him, Fu renounced himself as the guardian, wiping his memories of everything, granting Marionette the title of guardian, watching over all the other Kwamis and whatnot. Also at that point, and the previous season, and that season, that's when she was, like, giving out Miraculous to people. She's given out a few to some people, do the, you know, the greenlit from Fu, but now it's kind of all up on, well, not kind of, it is all up on her and her judgment, which is another thing that kind of gets more, and that's not controversy, but has a bit of a friction, because at that point she's given the, the Bumblebee Miraculous to Chloe. But, you know, at this point, you know, Chloe has shown no redeeming quality. She's always trying to soak up as much attention as she can, even, like, revealing that she was Queen Bee, or what was her superhero persona? I don't remember. No, Queen Bee. Okay, I was right. You know, showing that she was Queen Bee, and even putting her in danger through that. Ladybug was pretty much like, yeah, no, I can't fully trust that you'll use this power for good, use this power the way it's supposed to be without putting you and other people in danger. So it takes the Miraculous away from her, and at what didn't really use it, probably gave it to her every once in a while afterwards, and when they needed that power. But then when Zoe joined the picture, she gave it to her, and that totally rubbed Chloe the wrong way. You know, she felt that the be Miraculous was for her, like it was destined for her. So the fact that, you know, her half sister was now granted the power of it, she was like, oh no, I'm not okay with that. But yeah, which is kind of funny, because I mean, at this point, pretty much the whole friend group all have their own Miraculous, all have their own power. Of course, they don't know who Ladybug is. She knows who their true identities are. Cat Noir doesn't know. He only knows Nino and Alia, because Nino spilled, you know, that he and Alia were wielders of some of the Kwamis. But other than that, oh, actually I didn't even say this. Luca actually knows who both of them are. Chloe didn't know that Zoe got the Be Miraculous. I mean, I don't think she knows it's Zoe, but she knows that someone else is now the holder of the Be Miraculous, and that rubbed her. And that pretty much was just like, yeah, she was just upset that she didn't have it. Yeah, I don't think she fully knows it's Zoe, but she knows someone else is wielding the Be Miraculous, and she's not okay with that. But it's like, you were out here just broadcasting that you were Queen Bee, that you had this power. I think at one point, was he still Shadow Moth at that point? You know, was using that, and like, I think almost stole the Miraculous from her, you know, because she was out here just announcing who she was. And it's like, girl, like, I think that's even something that wait, no, wasn't it also at one point she was supposed to give it back to Ladybug, and she never did. She kept it. And I think at that point, you know, Marinette wasn't handing them out for people to actually hold on to. It was just like she was giving them out whenever the situation called for, using one of these Kwami powers. So I think she was supposed to get it back from her. And she's always said that, like, oh, you know, this is all like a one-time thing. This is only for this situation. As soon as the mission is done, I need you to return the Miraculous back to me. And at one point, Chloe did not. She kept it. And then, you know, was, I think at this point, broadcasting who she was and her powers. And at one point, I keep forgetting who. I think it was Shadow Moth at this point. Like, you know, saw this, heard this, of course. And was almost got his hands on the Be Miraculous. And then Marinette was like, yeah, no. You're too risky. You're too reckless. You really to put all of us in danger just to show off that you're a hero. So she's like, no, that's not what this is about. So, you know, took it from her. Which even then she didn't like. So the fact that no, someone else is wielding the Be Miraculous that she was wielding, she's like, So I know she would lose her whole mind if she found out it was Chloe. She would just lose it if she found out Chloe was the wielder of the Be Miraculous. Can you imagine this half sister that you've hated, that you made miserable, you know, that's gotten along with the group of friends that you've pretty much So Chloe got the Miraculous by accident because Marinette lost it and transformed in front of everyone after she found it. Okay, I thought maybe she had kept it. Okay, so Marinette lost it, Chloe found it again and didn't return it, and then just kept it. But really, transformed in front of everyone? I need to get back to that episode so I see that part again, because that's wild. Like, she's such an attention seeker. Her and Lila, they both just want to be the center of attention. They want all eyes and all love and affection to be on them, whether they deserve it or not. And let me tell you, those two girls do not deserve it. The Style Queen episodes. Okay. Was that in season 2? I don't remember. Let me go back. No, that's season 4. Season 2. No, that's the episode where her mom comes back and she gets traumatized. No, it's fine. I'll eventually get to it, but yeah, no, that the whole thing with Chloe, you know, them trying to give her a chance and her just taking it and running it with it to the point that she's willing to put everyone else in danger. That's another. That's another thing. Like, they've given her so many chances to be a better person. She just doesn't take it. And if anything, she's like the second biggest menace besides Monarch. Or, I mean, I guess yeah, Monarch. Because, you know, she's caused how many people to get akumatized? Just in like season, I think, was it in season 1? No, I think it was season 2 where the teacher got akumatized. It was like the teacher's birthday. Marionette made her like this cute little pouch. She looked like she was going to be redeemed for a bit there. She was. There were a few episodes where she was like truly working on it. Was getting wasn't like super friendly with like everyone, but she wasn't being a total bee about it. And I don't know, something in her mind just flipped to where she's like, I don't need to do this. Y'all should be worshiping me. And it's like, you know what, girl? But yeah, no, it's what was I saying? I literally drew a blank. Oh, I'm talking about some episodes where she was kind of redeemable. I think it was called Zoe showing up. Maybe. And then the fact that she like bonded with everyone so much quicker than Chloe, I guess, turned her back to her selfish ways, I guess, which is crazy. But I've always, you know, knowing that, you know, they're half sisters, and I guess whatever situation the mom was in where she ended up having Zoe, you know, separate. I just, you know, I feel like she really does feel like Zoe showing up just in general in her life like ruined everything. She probably felt like she had the perfect family, you know, it had the super stylist, fashion queen, fashionista mom, had her dad who was the mayor of Paris, you know, grew up with this rich and a fabulous life, an only child, getting whatever she wants. Now suddenly your parents are, well, I guess in a way split. Your mom goes and lives in New York for how many years, pops up and, oh, actually you have a half sister. Like, what? I mean, I'd be kind of upset too, like, what the hell? I mean, I get you and dad were probably having issues, which is more like the mom probably just threw a fuse because she didn't get her way. You run off to New York and apparently you had an affair or you had a lover or something and you end up having Zoe? Like, what? I just love how both her daughters look identical to each other. So I guess in a way they might have taken after her. So it's kind of like how Adrian and Felix look each other. They both look like their moms who happen to be twins. So both Chloe and Zoe, you know, look identical to each other. Except, you know, Zoe has the pink, well, the colors in her hair. And isn't a total bitch. What was that? But yeah, no, they've had a few episodes, few times where Chloe was having like redeeming qualities, and she just, I remember, what episode was it? I think it was the same episode. It was like the episode in season 5 where Adrian and Marionette were gonna go on like this pool date. Kim is there. We find out her trauma. You know, that she had feelings for Kim, had a crush on Kim. I keep saying Zoe. Chloe got in the way. Totally did something that tricked Kim into traumatizing Marionette in that situation. I remember that episode vividly because where Kim's telling the story to his girlfriend, I forget what her name is, and Adrian he's so mad, he's so upset, he's ready to like kill Kim. He's like, dude, what the fudge? Like, how could you do this to her? I mean, I'm sure he's probably thinking like, damn, you know, at that point he wasn't like in the picture, wasn't in the story, but, you know, finding out that, you know, the girl you're in love with had this crush on this guy, and he just trampled on her feelings and treated her like that. Like, Adrian, and even when he turned into Cat Noir and Kim got akumatized again, he was really beating up Kim, because he was like, nah, you made my girl cry, you traumatized her, I'ma kick your butt. I love it so much. Yeah, I nearly cataclysm him. And even at that point, Ladybug was like, whoa, calm down, chill. Like, oh my god. And I love it so much. It just shows how much he really just loves a Marionette, to the point that, you know, something that happened in her past got him that sad, got him that heated, that he was ready to beat Kim to a pulp in their regular civilian forms. Even with him being akumatized, he was ready to beat Kim up. And even after, you know, he was de-akumatized and, you know, was did end up apologizing to Marinette. You saw his face. He was still kind of not okay with that. He was still like, he's like, I'm only letting this go because she accepted your apology. But he's like, you and me got my eyes on you. I love it so much. That was so good. It just shows like how much he's really, how protective he is of Marinette. I mean, even before he was very protective of her, but now that he's like opened up, that he's like crazy about her, you know, knowing and hearing that someone's hurt her, whether it was past or present, he's like, I'm not standing for that. No one hurts my girl. And it's like, oh, I love it. I don't think there's any, well, is there any other episodes like that? I really love that episode. Maybe we'll get an episode like that in later seasons. But we do, well, he doesn't get angry, but we do see how he gets like super jealous of Luca. And the same season, like previous episodes ago, where Marinette, I forget what the episode that is. Hey, that's how people be when they're that in love. I know, that's so good. But I think before that, I'm thinking of I think it's like episode 4 of season 5. It's where at that point, this is where the reversal love square happens. So at this point, Adrian's, you know, we see he's been slowly developing feelings for Marinette, but he still hasn't fully confirmed it even to himself. He still says the line, oh no, she's just a friend, she's just a friend. But he sees Marinette drop off Kagami. Actually, I didn't even say this. I love that first episode when her hair, they're playing like this ball pit, him, Marinette, and Kagami, and Marinette falls down, comes back up, and her hair is out. It's not her ponytails, so her hair is just out flowing, and you just saw how starstruck he was the first time he saw it. He was like, whoa, I've never seen your hair down like that. And then when she like gets up, she's trying to fix it. Both him and Kagami, but you can see it. He was like, no, like it's really pretty. It's so I never saw your hair like that. It's really beautiful. So I feel like that was a callback to that. Because in the beginning of the episode, we see Marinette dropping off Kagami. She has her hair out, so she takes off her helmet. She's like flashing her hair and her head in the wind, and you just see Adrian. He's just starstruck, love-struck, seeing that. He's just like, whoa. So, you know, Kagami's climbing up the stairs, you know, saying bye to Marinette. She says bye, and you just see him there, just completely enamored, just waving bye to her. Of course, Marinette at this point, she's kind of set off because of what happened before. She feels like when she's too involved with Adrian, her judgment gets clouded, and because of that, that's how she ended up losing the Miraculous before. Or at least that's what she believes. So she, at this point, is trying to convince herself that, you know, loving Adrian is wrong. But at this point, Adrian is completely enamored, but he doesn't know it yet, at least not yet. So when him and Kagami are about to do that, about to start fencing class, he sees this water painting that Kagami did of Marinette, and he's just staring in just total awe, love. Kagami catches him, and she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, what? And she's like, oh, do you like my painting? And the way he just described Marinette's eyes, how he's like, you're seeing this, it's like you're getting lost in her eyes. They're so beautiful. It's mesmerizing. And he just immediately snaps out of it. And he's like, oh, no. I meant the painting it as itself. It's so beautiful and amazing. And I love Kagami for this. She immediately is like, all right. Grabs, was it his phone? A phone. Grabs a phone, puts Marinette's number, and is like, call this girl right now. And he's like, whoa, what do you mean? She's like, listen, you are crazy about this girl. Call her right now and ask her out. Of course, he does the same line. Oh, no. She's just a friend. And oh, this hurt me so much when she said this. She was like, you're looking at her the way I wish you looked at me. Call this girl now. And it's like, oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt so much. It's like, damn. Dude was starstruck, love-struck. It was over for him. It was done. He couldn't think. He was almost as obsessed about Marionette as she's been about him the last previous seasons. His mind was just filled with Marionette and that whole moment. So of course, you know, she goes hanging out with the group on Luca's family boat, which I didn't even talk about that, but down bad 100,000%, and I loved every second of that episode. Oh, that's another episode I watched like 6 or 7 times when it first came out. I was just like, I was like, yes, finally. But then the ending, I'm like, God damn y'all, I hate y'all so much. But yeah, so you know, he calls Marionette. Of course, she's just trying not to, but you know, deep down, she's just like, this is the moment I've been waiting for. But why does it have to be now? And I'm just confused and I'm overwhelmed. So he's like, hey, I feel like my feelings for you have changed. Can we meet somewhere and talk? They want to meet at one of this wax museum they went to before, which we find out in that flashback. He said his feelings for Marionette has been changing since that day, where they went to this wax museum. There was one of him. He pretended to be it, and she was just all over him. Of course, not knowing that was really Adrian. So you know, she was just spilling her heart out. You know, confessing her love to him, and they say they kissed, but she, like, at least from what I remember, it looked like he had like backed up right before she had kissed him, but they, I mean, they kept saying that she like kissed him. So I'm just like, wait, did she kiss him, or did he like back away and like stop pretending like right before? She kissed the statue, so she like kissed him. Okay, 'cause he kept saying, oh, like, you kissed me. Well, that's what she thought was the statue. Yeah, pretty much. Because I remember that episode. Like, when that happened, I was like, I was dying of embarrassment. I was like, oh my god. I was like, Adrian, please stop. And then that happened, and she just ran crying because she was like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I just did that. You know. But we find out that that's when his feelings for her had started changing. It started forming. So he's just like, yeah, he's like, if anything, that might be the good place to go, so I can like fully confirm like what this is I'm feeling about her. Of course, you know, she had a total opposite. She's so scared. She knows, she's like, I've made such a huge mistake because of the love I felt for someone, you know, not fully explaining who it is up to Luca. And pretty much saying, like, he's like, listen, you know, just follow your heart, listen to the music, it'll tell you what to do. But of course, she's still afraid and scared, so she asks Luca, can he please come with her to go meet up with Adrian, see what he wants to talk about. Kagami's there, of course, but this is the part I was talking about. This is one of the few moments where he's really like scared and jealous of Luca, because when you know, he's there, he's waiting for Marionette, and he thinks she's coming alone, but he sees her, and her arm is just around Luca, so he's like, wait a minute, why is Luca here? Why does she bring him? Is she still in love with him? Like, a million questions start running through his head, and he is just so confused. Like, Kagami's like, calm down, this is what jealousy is like. And he's like, wait, really? You know, just completely like, what? So they get inside. He even brings it up again when they saw his statue. He's like, oh, Marionette, do you remember this? And she's like, oh yeah, you know, trying to quickly like move topics and change. So she's like, hey, yeah, how about we check out other statues? You know, how about the ones over there? And, you know, he brings up, you know, you kissed me. And she was like, well, you know, I kissed the statue, not knowing it was you, so that doesn't really count. You know, I was kind of close, but I didn't really kiss you. Of course, you know, Kagami and Luca at this point are like, oh my god, they need to get together. Like, Adrian clearly doesn't realize he has feelings for Marionette. Marionette is afraid to like express herself, and at this point he is like really trying to like, he's pouring his heart out, you know, saying like, you know, he wasn't shocked or disturbed by what happened that day. If anything, it took him aback. He was like really surprised about what happened, what had happened, and just how he's been feeling since that day. But of course, Marionette's afraid. She doesn't want to hear this, so she runs away to Luca. It's like worried and upset. She's like, I don't think I should be in love. What if me and Adrian are meant to be together? Well, this is a huge mistake. Maybe I should just give up on love in general, because, you know, love is what kind of caused the situation I'm in right now. So so we see Luca turns around, he sees Adrian there staring at them, and look, I love you for this so much. He's just like, yeah, okay, you know what, I'm gonna help them. So, you know, he takes Marionette in his arm, is lovingly holding her and cradling her, telling her, it's gonna be okay, just listen to your heart. You know, everything will, you know, you and Adrian have a lot more in common than you think. You just believe in yourself and it'll all work out. This whole time he's looking at Adrian as he does this. And so he's seeing this and he's shocked. He doesn't know. But this is I love this line when he said this. So basically he's you know, he's seeing this and Kagami's like feeling jealous. And jealous, and he's like, I don't know. But he's like, I do know one thing right now. He's like, I wanna be in Luca's position. I wanna be the one holding her. And I was like, yes. I love at that point he knew they were Ladybug and Cat Noir. Yeah, because in the previous, no, was it the same season? Like previous episode or season, they Monica did something that both of them got hit. It was like, oh, they got hit with this beam and like their true self would be revealed. Like they would be their true selves. And Marionette got hit when she was in her Ladybug form previous season. Okay. So yeah, she was the one who got hit first. And I think at that point he was having he had the serpent or snake Miraculous that could turn back time. So Marionette got hit as she was Ladybug. So she pops out and voila, now everyone knows she's Ladybug. So and there's Monarchs too. So he's like, whoa, what? So rewinds time, but this time Adrian gets hit. So now everyone knows Adrian is Cat Noir, and she was Monarch. He rewinds time, but then we find out that they don't remember what happened, but he does because he was the holder. So he remembers everything. So the fact that he had kept that secret for so long, it's crazy. Yeah, he remembered because they got hit and Luca used second chance to save them both, but remembered what he saw. Yeah, and it wasn't until later on in the season when Monarch, I forgot what it was he did that he was able to deduce that Luca knew the true identities of Ladybug and Cat Noir. But and then started going after him, and then at that point he revealed to Marionette, Ladybug, he was like, yeah, thanks for your help, or I forgot what he said, and then he like called her Marionette, and of course it took her a second, but she responded and was like, yeah, no problem, and she was like, wait a minute, what did you just say? And he was like, no, he's like, yeah, I know, I've known for a while, I know who you and Cat Noir are. But, and it's like, dang, it's like you kept that quiet and secret for so long. Oh, that's right, he tried to akumatize him, and in that he realized that he knew who they were. That's right. I forgot what happened. Something, I think it was like with the whole band thing and that sleazy talent agent guy was trying to rip them off and he was not having it, so he almost got traumatized but fought it off. But in that, Monarch found out that he knew who they were. Like he knew the true identities of Ladybug and Cat Noir, and then started sending someone else akumatized after Luca to get to the secret. Yeah, I remember now. But no, back to that episode. I think it's like episode 4 of season 5 of that. So, you know, at that whole moment where he's just hugging and holding Marionette, looking at Adrian, and Adrian says, I'm not sure if I'm feeling jealous, but I do know I want to be in Luca's place. I want to be the one holding her. I was just like, yes. So, you know, at this point, you know, Marionette's doing everything she can to keep as much distance from Adrian. So Kagami and Luca come up with a plan where they run away and they trap them both in like this I forget where it was. It's basically the place where Monarch got akumatized on his arm. Not akumatized, cataclysm on his arm. To the point where it didn't completely disintegrate his arm, but as throughout the season's going, it's slowly growing and forming more on his body. But yeah, I forget. It was there, but it was some protocol they did so that they could lock it down, and they tried to use that to capture Monarch and get back to Miraculous, which it almost worked, but he escaped. but in that moment he got cataclysmed on his arm, and though it didn't completely destroy his arm, it was slowly eating away at him to the point like he was starting to lose. Yeah, pardon me. He was starting to lose feeling in his arm. He couldn't even use it, and it was just slowly building up on him. At one point, it was like showing up on his chest, and it's like, damn. Depressing to think Adrian unknowingly killed his own dad. Well, yeah, I mean, until you get to the end of what happened in the season and what he did. But I mean, at that point, it was either he did what he did, or yeah, he was gonna die from the cataclysm. So it was just like the fact that that haunted me throughout the whole season. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, this man is slowly dying, and it's like he doesn't. Of course, at this point, he doesn't know. I don't think he even knows as the end comes that he doesn't know who Cat Noir is. So the fact that like you're here talking to your son, you're doing all this to your son, not knowing that he was Cat Noir, and you had caused him to unknowingly do that to you, and it's been slowly killing you. That's nuts to me. That was throwing me off the whole season. So anytime they showed like it like growing more on his arm, the fact that it was showing more on others, like it was literally spreading from his body, just slowly like just killing him. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, this man's gonna die. And then the fact that at that point, Natalie, she was getting sick from using the broken peacock Miraculous. So I'm just like, oh my god, everyone around Adrian is just gonna die, and this poor boy is gonna be by himself. I can't take it anymore. I'm like, oh my god, everyone he cares about is gonna die. I mean, yeah, his dad was pretty much an asshole, but it's like, oh, that's right, I forgot about that. And the episode he kept using second chance, and it was speeding it up. That's right. It was like the one that they were like in space or something. Like they were using like their space forms. And yeah, he kept using second chance. But him doing that, it was rapidly increasing the cataclysm that was happening in his body. So I think at one point he had like collapsed because it was growing too much. Because time may have been rewinding, but his body didn't, which is crazy. It looked like more like it was progressing as like the cataclysm was progressing as he was as time was like just rewinding, and he did that like 20 times. He was just second chance. So that's nuts to me. I totally forgot about that. That's also what was causing it to grow much faster than it was already. Was that episode where he was just second chancing. I think he was trying so much that so much time had passed. Oh, maybe. But that's wild. But I think at that one point he had, the final time he did it, he had like collapsed because it was progressing so much to the point that it was like physically affecting him that he couldn't even get up anymore. And excuse me. Yeah, throughout the rest of the season from that point, he was like showing Natalie like, yeah, it's pretty much growing, it's here now, and we're just seeing it. He started wearing did he always wear gloves, or did he start wearing gloves because at that point his hand was growing into the cataclysm? Why did they block that? You know what, that's weird. This thing is so odd. I think it implied he tried using second chance multiple times, but each time he failed. Yeah, each time Ladybug would find a way to work around the new whatever like maneuver he was doing to try and win that day. Like I don't even know. He wore gloves to hide the rings. Okay, so it kind of just also came in clutch to hide his cataclysm when his hand started turning all black too. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Oh my god, I forgot about that episode too. How he was just constantly using that thing, and it was just, that shit was eating at him. But what was I saying? Oh right, that episode before. So at that point, I love the ending of that. Cause at that point, we see that Marionette's been so overwhelmed, losing, Miraculous, losing all the teammates that they have, it being back to her and Cat Noir. But now that Monarch's as strong as ever, she feels like helpless. But Cat Noir informing her like, listen, yeah, it's back to the two of us, but we got this. as long as we stay strong, we'll work through it. And we seeing her falling for Cat Noir. But at that point, Cat Noir has pretty much been like, no, I get it. We're best off as friends, partners. That's what works for us. And he's like, if anything, this whole ordeal and everything has helped me realize my true feelings for someone. So when they both deform and they go back, he gets back to the museum and he's calling out Marionette's name, like, Marionette, where are you? Marionette, Marionette. Afraid she's gotten hurt or something. Sees her, immediately runs to her, puts his arms around her. It's like, oh, thank God, you're okay. She quickly comes up with an excuse to leave. Kagami goes up to him and she's like, so you've come to a conclusion, of what your feelings are. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm in love. I'm in love with Marionette. Marionette goes out, she's walking in the rain, she looks at this poster of Cat Noir, and she's saying she's falling for Cat Noir. And when that happened, I wanted to scream. I was like, oh my God, no! Really? Are you serious? So, when it looked like they were gonna be together finally, they just did a reversal of Square, and I wanted to hurt myself. But, I will say, thank God, it didn't last that long. There were a few episodes where Marionette was, you can see she was really, really trying to push the fact that she was over Adrien, she was gonna fall for Cat Noir, that it was better that way, even though so many other scenarios throughout the season had showed that they can't be together, because if they did, then they would reveal their true identities, which would then put them in danger from getting the Miraculous stolen, which always ended up happening. But, at this point, she feels like her love for Adrien caused her to lose all the Kwamis, since she was so overwhelmed. It lasted a whole 5 minutes. Yeah, it pretty much like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. Not even 3, like maybe like 2 episodes. It was like that one, then it was like, I think it was like 2 more after that. And then there was like 1 more that kind of like completely confirmed that she was like, yeah, I'm just running away from my feelings. Hello, Mystics. Hello. We're just here chatting about Miraculous Ladybug. Kind of just going over just the love story between Adrien and Marionette. Basically more in season 5. How at this point the love square had flipped. Now Adrien was in love with Marionette, but Marionette or Ladybug had fallen for Cat Noir. But we all know that she's really just using this as a clutch because of what happened in season 4 of her being tricked, using her love for Adrien to trick her into losing all the Miraculous, and getting them all sent to Monarch. Also at this point, he had broken, he had destroyed all the charms that they were originally in, and he made them all into rings. And he had made those, what are those rings called? That he had sent out to everyone? The Alliance rings, there we go. The Alliance rings. And that's how he was sending the powers of the Kwamis to people he had kumatized, so that they would be a bit more powerful, to fight against Ladybug and Cat Noir, being like, hey, now he's sending out the Kwami powers to kumatize villains to make it harder for them. But yeah, at that point, Marionette was doing everything she can to convince herself and to convince Alia. Cause I didn't even say this. I forget which episode it was when she finally revealed to Alia who she was, that she was Ladybug. It was was it season 3? It was something happened in season 3, and she had finally revealed to Alia who that she was Ladybug. So at this point, Alia knows. Of course, she doesn't know who Cat Noir is, but she knows that Marionette's Ladybug, that she's been Ladybug this whole time. So she's talking to Alia, Gangs of Secrets season 4. Okay. It was so many things were happening. She was, it was overwhelming her with her duties as a guardian. And then I think she just broke down and just told Alia the truth. But yeah, I think at this point she's talking to Alia, trying to convince Alia, listen, no, I'm over Adrien. It's Cat Noir all the way. And Alia's looking at her girl, please. You've been crazy about this boy for well, at this point it's been months? And then for us it's been years. Season 4, episode 3. Okay. I'll get to that eventually, because I stopped at season 2 today. But yeah, I mean, at this point, Alia's looking at her like, girl, please, you've been in love with this boy for months now. There's no way your feelings just automatically change like that. Like, even when you were kind of growing feelings for Luca, in the end, your feelings for Adrian were what really, like, were more confirmed, I guess. But she's like, no, I'm over it, and it wasn't until the episode where, again, she's trying to convince everyone that she's done with Adrian, she's in love with Cat Noir. Her and Cat Noir end up going on, like, some date. But I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of cute, but it's just like, no, Marionette, stop, please. So they go to the ice cream guy, pretty much being like, oh, we want some lovers ice cream. They have this legend of, if you eat ice cream with this person at this location with this guy, or with the person who sells it, your love will be true and eternal forever. So he, sees them together, and he's like, no, this is all wrong. Oh, excuse me, my throat is dry. But he's like, no. He's like, no, Cat Noir, you're made for Ladybug. You're supposed to be in love with her. And telling Marionette, no, the person you're meant for is Adrian Agress. And they both are like, no. And they both are shocked, looking at each other like, wait, what? So at that point, Marionette learns that Cat Noir has pretty much, done with his feelings of love for Ladybug. And of course, at this point, Adrian learns that Marionette was in love with him, but was giving up on that. But we're trying to work this Marionette and Cat Noir relationship to the point that even they started kissing. But Cat Noir was like, no, I can't. I'm taking advantage of you. I know who you are, but you don't know who I truly am. It's not right. This was getting Marionette upset to the point that she almost got akumatized. Luckily, Cat Noir was able to stop her. She came to her senses, being like, no, I've been stupid. I was trying to force this, and when it didn't, I got upset to the point that I almost got akumatized. And, the ending was just so sad. So, at this point, she's like, tells Cat Noir, I do still care for you, but clearly it's not gonna work out. He's the same way. They go off, they hug. He leaves. She's clearly upset. She starts crying to Tiki, and she's like, will I ever figure this love thing out? And she's like, yeah, you will. Adrian gets home. He's, of course, upset, kind of finding out that the girl you had feelings for, had feelings for you, but decided to give up. But I guess in this moment, Plague comes clutch, pretty much comparing it to a cheese he hated and him growing to love it again. Pretty much giving Adrian hope, like, yeah, she might have maybe have feelings for you, but you never know. There's a chance that she might end up developing feelings for you again, and who knows, they might be even stronger than they were before. Kind of giving him hope. Then we got the next 2 episodes were crazy, where she decides she's not going to school. She's just too sad, upset, but she can't get too sad and upset because then it will draw Monarch to her again and get akumatized. Excuse me, I definitely need some water after this. She's crying, she's upset. She feels like nothing she can do is working out. The pressure being Ladybug and her trying to find a balance with that and her love for Adrian just clashing too much, and it's too much for her. Adrian comes to give her some notes and homework that she missed. They try to have a little talk, and at that moment he confesses. He's like, listen, Marionette, I love you for who you are. I don't care what's going on. I just want to be with you. But of course she's too afraid, too scared. Says that it's not gonna work out between them. He goes home completely distraught. And I almost had a glimmer of hope, because at that moment Monarch senses someone is sad, upset of unrequited love, senses that it's Adrian. Of course, I think in my head, I'm like, wow, he didn't immediately akumatize him, and he did try to go and talk to him and try to make him feel better, but that wasn't the case. The son of a bitch. If anything, he was just trying to get him to wear one of the alliance rings, so it would make him more acceptable to get akumatized and send him one of the Kwame powers. But in that moment, I guess you could say, kind of thank God for Tiki and Plague, because they see how much this struggle between them is really happening, how it's just tearing them apart, making them sad. So they figured the best choice for them so that they can have their happily ever after is to remove the responsibilities of the Kwamis and Guardians and everything from them. So, you know, Tiki and Plague decide that they're gonna find new holders, so that way Adrian and Marionette can have their love story. In that moment, when, you know, they're both upset, you know, they still wanted to be Cat Noir and Ladybug, but are relieved that they no longer have to be superheroes anymore, that they are free to live their lives like normal humans. Oh, the Kwame Choice episode where they give up being superheroes. Yeah. That episode had me, I was like, oh my god. So, you know, kind of to shift the burden off of them so they could just focus on, you know, being with each other. You know, even though they do get very upset with that, Adrian, of course, now is, you know, upset, but is relieved that, you know, he no longer has that weight on him. He could just be true to himself and be true to Marionette. Immediately runs back to her house to go be with her. Marionette, of course, is upset, but realizing that the weight of not longer being Ladybug and having that whole responsibility on her, decides to get her groove back as well. Adrian comes back and they share such a cute moment where he, you know, is trying to see what her true feelings are, and is giving her time so that she can truly come to terms for it. And in that moment, we do see two new wielders of the Ladybug and the Black Cat, where Tiki decides she's going to choose Alia to be Ladybug, since at that point she's done Lady Scarabella a few times. Which I actually didn't talk about that. Yeah, there were a few episodes where Alia was wearing Tiki's was using Tiki as her Miraculous and became Lady Scarabella. So with that, you know, she was like, at first Alia didn't want to because, you know, that meant she would have to keep the secret from Nino. But being the true friend that she is, we all need Alia in our lives. You know, she's like, listen, if I do this, can Marionette, you know, get her fairy tale ending? Can she get her happily ever after? T was like, yes. And she was like, well, if it's for my best friend's happiness, I accept. I'll be the new wielder of the Ladybug Miraculous. I'm like, I need me an Alia in my life, because that's a true friend. Plague, of course, didn't know who he was going to pick at first. He was at first going to pick Nino, but, you know, him and Alia are dating, so they were like, no, that'd just be the same situation all over again, and decided to go with Chloe. I mean, I keep saying Chloe. Zoe. And I forget what her superhero name was when she was wearing Plague. As I'm still on the website that has all the heroes. Where is it? Kitty Noir. There we go. Kitty Noir. Yep. So we had Lady Scarabella and Kitty Noir for 2.5 episodes. Well, 1.5 episodes. Because, you know, they take on a villain, and then we find out that there's another reason why Gabriel was sending out the alliance rings, because they also track your movement. So he was also using that if anyone had any sporadic movements around, that would be Ladybug and Cat Noir. And sure enough, because Alia and Zoe were both wearing alliance rings, and, you know, were hopping around doing this and that, it tracked them, and he was like, ooh, they might be new wielders, but I found them. And it's like, oh shit. And that's kind of where that episode ends. So next episode kind of picks up exactly where it left off. Monarch is planning what to do now that he finds out who is now the new holders of Tiki and Plague. At this point, Marionette and Adrian are free to express themselves and their love for each other. Marionette, of course, is still kind of struggling, but she is working with it until Chloe, of course, pops up. She tries to ridicule her in front of everyone. Of course, Adrian, being the white knight that he is, or black knight, if you want to go with his color scheme for Cat Noir, you know, stands up to Chloe. He's like, listen, leave her alone. Even tries calling it out, like, oh, you know, she's crazy in love with you. It's not just sad and pathetic, you know. What does this, he always calls her a baker girl. What does this baker girl think she has a chance with someone like you, or a superstar, a model, come from a rich background. Like, you are way out of her league. And he's just like, Chloe, go sit down somewhere. Like, I'm here with the girl I love. I ain't got time for your nonsense. And I'm just like, yes, Adrian, let's go. And I love Zoe for this too. She's about to, Chloe, of course, picks up like this piece of pie and was about to slam it in Marionette's face when Zoe got up, put that thing out of her hand, put it down, is dragging her back to her seat. Chloe doing her usual, oh, how dare you stand in my way, this and that, I'll send you back to New York, whatever. And Zoe was like, go ahead, do it, send me back. But before then, I'm gonna make sure you don't get in Marionette's way, so sit your ass down and be quiet. And everyone's like, yeah, let's go, go Zoe. And she, of course, is not okay with that. She's not okay with her half-sister standing up to her and pretty much humiliating her in front of everyone. Which, I'm just like, yeah, Zoe, let's fucking go. Of course, at this point, Monarch's been planning what to do to get them into Miraculous. So he akumatizes Chloe again for like the 15th time. Ugh. Even though she is the cause of people getting akumatized, that girl gets akumatized just as often. Like, oh my god. All the different, like, villain forms she has is crazy. But, she does get akumatized, which causes Alia and Zoe to go off so that they can transform. But in that moment, Monarch uses the Be Miraculous to sting them and freeze them, stealing both of their Miraculous. I forget what happened, how Tiki was able to get away so she could inform Marionette. But, like, informs her, pretends to be a Ladybug, like, still has the Miraculous. He did something to where it was, like, triggering, like, an effect. Everything was just, like, rebuilding and being destroyed. Oh, excuse me, oh my god, so sorry. And, but with the help of everyone and even Adrian. Oh, wait, why didn't that pop up? There it goes. Applied Catechism, his own Miraculous. Oh, okay. Everyone was like, wait, what happened? I don't remember. I haven't gone to that episode yet of rewatching. Oh, that's what it was. Applied Catechism, his own Miraculous, and it caused like an after effect. But with that, I think because she also still had the box or the orb that was holding all the Miraculous, she was able to like repair it later on, right? From my understanding, because he was able to send it back to go back to Adrian after that. But yeah, with the help of everyone, was able to take back both of the Miraculous, was able to fix the mess, and then decided to like, listen, like, I understand and I'm thankful for you guys willing to do what you did so I can get my happily ever after, but it's obvious, I don't know how he was still able to track you guys as quickly as he can, but whatever he used to track you guys is something he hasn't used to track us. So it's best that me and Cat Noir stay who we are. So, when creating an explosion that rapidly destroys stuff, Tiki used her lucky charm, which rapidly creates stuff. Okay. Yeah, they still, at that point, they still know that the Alliance rings are what's the cause of how he was able to track them as quickly as he did. But Mary's like, yeah, so clearly whatever he did, it doesn't, we don't have access to it, or it's not affecting us. So that's how, even after all this time, he still has to figure out who we are. So he's like, I am thankful for what you guys did, but it's best that we stay, that I go back to being Ladybug, and Cat Noir goes back to being Cat Noir. So, I think I said at that point she fixed the Miraculous, and tells Flag that he can go back to his original owner, but he does, I love this, he does go back to Zoe for a little bit, does thank her, saying, it was a short while, but, you were a good wielder of the Black Cat, I was proud to have you as my new partner for a little bit. And also kind of like helping her gain more confidence and stand up against Chloe and stand up for what she believes in. So, that was just so good, I love it. And then, I guess we can just kind of talk about the end of Season 5, because that was wild. Pretty much at that point, there's been so much ups and downs, but Marionette has finally come to getting the confidence she needs to finally tell Adrian that she loves him. But of course, Gabriel's not about that. He ends up sending, like, with the help of Kagami's mom, ends up sending Kagami and Adrian over to London so that they could, you know, in a way force them to be together, to force them to be that couple that they want them to be. Of course, this destroys Marionette. Oh, I didn't even talk about this when they were planning, like, the prom or something. I think that's what it was. And, you know, Marionette was just happy to be there with Adrian. Oh, actually, I skipped another episode. I'll talk about that one after. But, you know, but then hearing this, you know, hearing that his father was, like, doing everything in his power to tear them apart, right before he gets on the plane to go to London, Marionette pops up. And when they share that first kiss as them together, oh, it was so good. I loved that episode so much. And then, I forget what happened. I think Chloe ends up going too, and, like, was trying to rub it in Marionette's face. And Marionette shut that down. She was like, you're a sad, pathetic person. Like, you're doing all of this, but I know in the end, Adrian loves me and I love him, and there's nothing that could stop us, even if he is miles away. And it's like, what do you have, Chloe? Nothing. All the people that you thought were on your side aren't. Even the one friend who was trying to be a friend to you has had enough of your bullshit, so. And in that moment, we also even see kind of Chloe down, kind of coming to a realization that, yeah, like, she tries to act all this big and bad, but at the end of the day, she has no true friends. At that point, Adrian was, like, done with her after hearing what she did to trick Kim into tricking Marionette like they did, like a year ago, I guess. At that point, it was like before Adrian popped up. At that point, he was like, I'm done. Like, he like had told her, like, he was like, apologize to Marionette for pretty much the pain and torment you did to her that last year. And she was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. And he was like, okay, then we're done. You're not my friend. I'm not hanging out with you. I tried giving you a chance and you just won't take it. So I'm done. I'm done enabling your madness. He's like, I'm gonna protect Marionette, so deal with it. It's just like, once he really comes to terms with his feelings for Marionette, he just goes to, like, straight protective mode, and I love it so much. Like, the fact that he was ready to pretty much cataclysm Kim. He was just done with Chloe's shit, like, done giving her second chances, done with, like, trying to convince everyone that she was a good person. He was like, no, I'm done. It's like, you hurt Marionette, I'm done with you. I'm done. Like, even though he's trying to disobey his father to be with Marionette, even at that last moment when they were torn apart, you know, running to her to give her that kiss. Oh, I love it so much. But the episode I want to talk about previously is when Felix pops up. So Adrian and Marionette are on this cute little date on the beach. They go to the ice cream guy. They're each sharing some ice cream. They're about to share this cute kiss when he gets called away to his dad to go to some charity party or something that they've been planning for, like, majority of the season, to, I guess, announce, like, the engagement of him and Kagami. But we don't find out till a little bit later when, you know, Marionette was able to sneak in thanks to Zoe to go check up on Adrian, kind of give him, like, a boost of, you know, I know you're here because of your dad, but I just want to let you know that I love you and I'm here for you. So, you know, whatever's going on, you know, you don't have to do it alone. Which, of course, we see this is Felix, so he, like, flips out. He's like, not flips out, but he's, like, shocked. I guess in his mind, he's like, wow, this girl really, truly loves Adrian for who he is. So I guess he's like, okay. But at this point, you know, still pretending to be Adrian, goes on the dance floor, dances with Marionette, and, like, he said something, and, like, triggered in her head, and she was like, wait a minute, you're not Adrian. He gets, like, a little, like, sly smile, and she's like, Felix, oh my god, what are you doing here? Where's Adrian? Of course, Chloe can't just be by herself, figures out that Marionette is there when she's not supposed to, rips off the mask and exposes it to everyone. By that point, Felix is done pretending, transforms into using the peacock, and just starts xenothapping everyone to non-existence. Everyone, Gabriel, all the people there, Chloe. I think Chloe was the first one. I was like, you know what? You can do that. I'm good with that. Then starts zapping away everyone else. Gabriel, even Kagami's mom, takes Marionette. You know, I love that scene where, you know, he's like carrying her, like throws her in like a garbage bin or something. But like, yeah, he's like carrying her to put her in there. but she's like struggling, she's screaming, she's like, where is Adrian? I swear if you hurt him, you are dead. And he's like, oh no, of course, Marionette, I would never hurt my favorite cousin. But then, seeing the determination and, the fact she was willing to go that far for him, he like, Adrian's lucky to have someone like you. He used the red moon set of monsters and snapped everyone away. Love this suit as Argo, so dope. No, that is not, I'm saying his design is really, really cool. Actually, let me see if I can find it. I'm still on the page that showed all their heroes. Here we go, Argos. Yep. Yeah, no, this design of his is really cool. Yeah, so he's pretty much just Thanos zapping everyone away, except for him, Kagami, and Adrian. So, when he did kind of Thanos zap Adrian, but brought him back, kind of explaining like, look cousin, look what I did. I freed us from all the not distractions, from everyone who was trying to control us. Now we don't have to bend to anyone's will. We can do whatever we want, live however we want, just the three of us. And, of course, Kagami is not okay with this. At this point, she has like a bamboo sword. She's trying to attack him. And she's like, why would I be happy about this? You took away everyone I cared about. And even Adrian, he's like, why would I be okay with this? It's like, you took away all my friends. You took away my dad. You took away the girl I love. And he, of course, he's like, what? No, come on. I'm not that evil. Which we do see that he was going to keep Marionette separate, knowing how much she means to Adrian. But at that point, Marionette had transformed into Ladybug, attacked Felix, but of course, he doesn't know that that's the Marionette. So when looks like she used a Lucky Charm, but didn't really know what it meant. Like, wait, like nothing popped up, right? Nothing popped up, so she was like, wait, what? So then she thought, and she realized, wait a minute, I need to use what he's doing against him. So he, Thanos snapped her, not knowing that was Marionette, the person Adrian cares about. So when he goes to show Adrian, like, he's like, look, I have your girl right here. So, you can be with her, you'll have the even though, your dad's gone and most of your friends are gone, the girl you love will be by your side for the rest of your life, But when he goes in there, he opens the, wherever he threw her in, he's like, wait a minute, what the hell? So, tries snapping her, but of course, he doesn't know that he snapped away Marionette, but he snapped away Ladybug. So he's doing it, and she's not popping up. So he's freaking out. He's like, wait. No, this never happened before. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happened. I don't know why she's not appearing. So, of course, this causes Kagami and Adrian to flip. They're both like, what have you done? And he's like, apologizes. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And they're like, sorry? How dare you say sorry? Like, fix this. And he's like, look what you've done. You don't have true control over your powers. Like, clearly Marionette's gone, she's not coming back, fix this now. And he's like, okay. So does it, bring back everyone, but of course Marionette hasn't popped up yet. She's popped back up where she was when she was Ladybug, which is all according to her plan. She pops back up, goes back to where she was. Of course at this point Kagami and Adrian are about to tear Felix a new one, because they're both like screaming like, where is Marionette? If you brought everyone back, where is she? Adrian, I just love it. I love this whole protectiveness he has over her. He's freaking out probably the most. It's like, what did you do to her? Where is she? She comes down, she deforms, runs out to Adrian and Kagami being like, guys, I'm here, I'm okay. And they both just run to her and hug her, being like, oh my god, thank god you're safe. I was so scared. I was so worried. I thought something had happened to you. I thought I was going to lose you forever. Oh my god. And I was just like, oh, I love it so much, And at that moment, Felix sees the error of his ways, sees how destructive the power it is, and then even though he was trying to do something good, he realized that he was using these Senta monsters kind of the same way as the other people were using it, like Monarch. He was like, I'm sorry, that's not right. Even calls it his sister, which at first I was like, sister? But now knowing who he is and what he is, that makes total sense. You know, gets rid of the Red Moon. He's clearly heartbroken about this. You know, he has a bond with the other Sentimonsters, being a Sentimonster himself. But yeah, pretty much towards the end, I'm trying to remember. It's been a minute since I've seen the final episode of season 5. But basically, like, he sends Kagami and Adrian off to London. At this point, he like did something with the rings to where he can like control people and make them like zombies, start hunting down Ladybug and Cat Noir. I forget what it was. Something she saw something or realized something that brought her to Adrian's house. Found out that Gabriel was Monarch. At that point, she had both Tiki and Plague. Was able to combine their powers into one. At that point, you know, he recognizes that Marionette is Ladybug. They have this awesome fight where she's just going back and forth using both, you know, her Ladybug powers and the Cat Noir powers. But in the end, it looked like Monarch was gonna win. He was able to paralyze her using the Be Miraculous, stole the earrings. I think it was after Kagami and Felix's performance. Oh, it like cleared her in who Monarch was. Okay, that would make sense. So she, you know, he gets the Miraculous. You know, she of course is like trying to stop him. Like, no, you don't understand. You don't know the great consequences that it's gonna cause when you doing this wish. We think, you know, I mean, at this point we know what his wish is. He wants to bring back his wife. And which I'm also kind of confused about this, because they didn't show her in season 6, at least not yet. But they showed her at the end of season 5. But he ends up making a wish, and it looked like, I mean, I guess that man at that point, he had to do something, because one, he was already dying from the cataclysm, pretty much almost completely spreading to his body. Natalie was pretty much on death's door as well, and his wife was comatose this entire time. So he ends up making the wish, and it looked like everything kind of went back to normal. Adrian came back, everyone was kind of good and happy. Gabriel changed his wish. He wished for Natalie to be brought back to life. Yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna get into, because when you watch the special, it's like London something. Let me bring it up so I get the right name. Yeah, a Lady Miraculous World London at the Edge of Time. Basically, we find out what his true wish was him changing it, so he pretty much sacrificed or forfeited his life to save Natalie's. At that point, you know, Natalie knows who Ladybug is, knows kind of knows what he ended up doing, because, you know, Marionette was kind of saying it to the Kwame's, like, what happened? And it's like, oh, like, yeah, he gave up his life to save the life of someone else. But at the same time, the butterfly Miraculous ends up going missing. We find out that someone has picked it up and is now plotting this big scheme to get both the earrings and the ring. But we just see Marionette just completely heartbroken about this, because of course at this point, Gabriel is gone. He's pretty much gone and dead. So she goes to Kagami, kind of explains. At that point, you know, she knows that that's Marionette, so she's like, is it over, Marionette? She's like, yeah, it is. Not the way I was hoping, but it's over. Goes over to Adrian and ends up breaking the news that, yeah, well, it looked like she was gonna tell him what actually happened. Who we know as Lila, Chrysis, or Chrysilla. I don't know what this girl is, Lord. Like, oh my god. Like, when it was revealed that she clearly has like a whole other life outside of the Lila that we knew, and now it looked like there's like 3 other like lives she has. I'm like, who is this girl? What is her problem? What is her deal? And also, like, I think like a main thing that we're trying to figure out is like, what is her wish? Why is she doing all of this? It's like, is she just trying to what up Ladybug because of, you know, she feels like she ruined her life? But it's like, no, clearly you want the earrings and the ring for some type of wish, because that's kind of what that's kind of like the premise of this special. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a spy or something. Maybe she was trained as a spy, because it's like crazy, like the different lives this girl has and how she can just flip a switch and just, you know, become that persona. It's like, what the hell? It's like, who are you? Why are you doing this? Like, what is your true goal for this? But like, yeah, so she's like trying, like, it looked like she was going to tell Adrian, like, yeah, your dad was Monarch, he was behind all this, I was trying to stop him, but he ended up sacrificing himself, took the Miraculous and was gonna make a wish, but ended up changing his mind and making a wish to spare Natalie's life instead. But then oh, excuse me. Then we find out that I saw a theory that she has multiple personalities, which is why there are multiple voices when she's Chrysilla. Actually, that'd be interesting, and that would kind of make sense on like why this girl feels like she flip-flops so much. It's like she's one emotion and then she's another one to like the extreme. So that would be interesting. But then it's like, what the hell do you want? What is your wish? What is your goal in all of this? It's like, if it were just a what up Ladybug, to be like, oh, well, you know, everyone sees you as this big hero that saved the world from Monarch, but like maybe she wants to tear down that persona of hers, you know, because she feels like Ladybug ruined her life by exposing her lies to Adrian when they first met. It's like, what? Like, really? You hold a grudge for that long over something like that? But I was like, oh yeah. So like, she ended up telling him like half a truth. She didn't tell him he was Monarch, and didn't like go into detail like, yeah, your dad's been pretty much doing all of this. Didn't say anything about his mom, which I'm still looking into that, because what the fudge? Because at the end of season 5, we see her like up and about and she's fine. But since this, at least from the special and from the first episode of season 6, I haven't seen her. Chrysalis? It's the process that caterpillars go through to become butterflies. Chrysalis. Okay. What was that? Oh, right. But yeah, so, at the end, you know, at this point, we can clearly see that Adrian is just distraught. You know, his dad's gone. She pretty much spun the story that, you know, he was a hero, that he was actually being manipulated by Monarch to do what he did, but then he betrayed him, and took the wish to save Natalie, who was deathly ill and dying, pretty much saying that he had gone out like a hero, you know, that she had done everything she could, but she couldn't save him. Of course, this distraughts Adrian to his core, and she, you know, she's like giving this press conference of what's happening, and she just has like this dead face. She's just, it's like, this is such a huge weight to like hold. Like, pretty much you're keeping from the guy you love that his dad was the big bad you guys have been fighting for the past like 5 seasons, and now that he is dead and gone, at this point we still don't know where his mom is, if she just is gone with her. I swear I saw her at the end of season 5, and that pretty much the only real family he has left is Natalie. It's just like it's just like, what the hell, you know? So like, holding that secret from him is just like, I know it's eating at her, and at this point she hasn't told anyone except for Natalie, because she was there and like explained what happened. But I don't think she's told Alia, and of course she wouldn't have told anyone else. So pretty much, was that Adrian's mom or Felix's mom? Because I'm confused there too. You know what? I said it a million times today, but I forget they're twins. So that could have been Felix's mom we saw at the end of season 5. But I don't know. Could that have been of Felix's mom instead, because if he had made the wish, and the wish only saved Natalie, that means Adrian's mom wasn't saved. She wasn't spared, and plus he had like hugged her, and they both like disappeared after he made the wish. So actually, now that you bring that up, that could have been Felix's mom. That could have just been his aunt. I feel like it was Adrian's. We would have seen her in the London special. I feel like if it was Adrian's, we would have seen her in the London special. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, the fact that I didn't see her at all pop up, and it's just Natalie there. I think she might have. Yeah, I mean, he did take her with her. Like, they were hugging when he made his wish. So I think she had, like, disappeared with him. So, yeah. Oh, fuck. Now that you think about it, if that's true, that means he lost both parents. Like, his mom was in, like a what is it? Animated state, but the fact that now she's gone, his dad's gone, so basically both of his biological parents are gone, and pretty much only his pseudo second mom is there. So that's really the only guardian he has left. Fuck. Oh man. That's crazy. I am wondering how that's gonna work out. You know, now that both his parents are gone. Marionette flipped the story to make it seem like Gabriel was a hero. No one would truly know that he was, you know, monarch, that he was terrorizing Paris for the long time that he was. And that now there's a new villain that is clearly 10 steps ahead, because in this special, the London special, Marionette, you know, comes back. She's gotten all the Kwame. She's, you know, had a stressful day, which I could totally understand. Like, oh my god, Adrian's been through a lot, for real. God, what's Adrian gonna do when he finds out about his dad being Hawkmoth? I don't know. And then, like, if he finds that out and finds out that, you know, Marionette knew or Ladybug knew and didn't tell him, oh, that's gonna be nuts. I know the moment that they're revealed, like when their identities get revealed, that's gonna be a crazy episode. Crazy part of the story, because the fact that now she's carrying this huge story, this huge weight of, yeah, pretty much my boyfriend's dad was the villain that's been terrorizing us for months. He sacrificed himself in the end to making a selfish wish that would have probably destroyed the world, to spare someone else's life. Boy, did she know he was Cataclysm and was slowly dying? I don't remember. Did she know that? Or maybe Natalie told her later on. No, I feel like maybe she saw him. Like, she saw the black marks of the Cataclysm slowly eroding. Marionette knew. Yeah, okay, so she knew. Oh, fudge! Oh my god. So can you imagine? It was like, yo, so it's like, he was gonna die either way. So now she gotta live with that. Live knowing that, yeah, like, your dad chose to sacrifice himself. But if, let's say, he hadn't, he was gonna die anyways because of the Cataclysm. Which, if they ever do get revealed, that's gonna destroy Adrian even more. Cause it's like, I mean, he didn't do it on purpose. He didn't do it, you know, intentionally. Cause she saw, oh, that's right. Oh my god, that's right. Cause she saw Monarch at Cataclysm, then saw Gabriel as Monarch, and in the final battle after they both transformed back, she saw his hand becoming to dust. Fuck, that's even a bigger secret, another big secret she's gotta hold from him. That, yeah, you accidentally cataclysmed your dad, not knowing that was your dad, that it was, you know, the villain we were trying to get rid of. So it was like, he was on a time limit regardless. He was either make the wish and spare, I wonder what his original wish was. It was to bring back his wife, right? But was he gonna sacrifice himself regardless and bring her back? Or was he just gonna wish her back and it was gonna probably sacrifice someone else in her place? Or, I don't know, maybe he was gonna warp the world where it got to the point where she had never gotten sick? But then that would have changed everything. Oh man. So, fuck. She gotta be, like, how do you tell that someone? His wish was just to bring her back and didn't care who died in her place. Okay, so it's the first thing I said. So it was to bring her back and didn't care who got sacrificed in her place. But that's crazy still. Oh my god. Can you imagine? So now, well, of course at this point she doesn't know that Adrian's Cat Noir. But knowing that, but in her mind she knows that he got Cataclysm by Cat Noir and was on a time limit regardless. So even if he had gotten his wish and had brought her back and, you know, he had sacrificed someone else, he was still on a time limit. So he would have been out of there. So the fact that he sacrificed himself to bring back Natalie is wild to me. So it's like, now you both, and then that's the thing, even Natalie's gotta keep that secret from Adrian. Like, yeah, your dad was Monarch, he was doing all this to bring your mother back to life. Didn't care who got sacrificed in the progress, but decided to change the wish to sacrifice himself to restore me back to health. But at the same time, because he was Monarch, he got Cataclysm at one point and was slowly dying and was on a time limit. So yeah, like, that's gonna destroy Adrian when he finds out. Oh my god. Because then, you know, if they don't have a reveal of who they are, if he does end up finding out that his dad was Monarch, he's gonna put it together. He's gonna be like, holy shit, I cataclysmed my dad. I don't know why it's been like blanking out certain words. This thing's so odd and I thought I fixed it. That's a conversation to have with your boyfriend, huh? Hey babe, so your dad was the supervillain and you hitting him with your superpowers was killing him. Oh, but don't worry, he sacrificed himself, so you didn't really kill anyone. Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's one hell of a thing to say. Like, yeah, pretty much your dad was the supervillain we've been fighting for, like, almost a year at this point. Remember that one time you cataclysmed by accident? Yeah, that's, been slowly killing him. He was kind of already on a time limit. He didn't have much time left to live. I was fighting him pretty much at the end. I saw his hand turning to dust. He did all this to bring back your mom, who was, dead, I guess, at that point. Or was comatose, or whatever. So I was gonna use that to bring her back, even if it meant killing an innocent person. But in the end, he would have died anyways, because the cataclysm would have killed him. Holy shit. Oh my god, I can't. I think it was a year, yeah. I remember when they had gotten, that episode when they relinquished their powers. I forget, someone said it'd been like, it's been like 8 or 9 months since Adrian, like when they first met Adrian, so it's been like almost a year at that point. And then I know that was like later on, so I think at that point it had been like a year. But can you imagine going through all that in 1 year? I can't. Freaking showtimes compared to real life. No wonder Marionette was traumatized. I can't. I couldn't imagine having to holding on to such a huge secret, such a huge thing in my head. And if she ever finds out, you know, that Adrian is Cat Noir, she'll put together, she's like, holy shit, my boyfriend cataclysmed his own dad. And it was slowly killing him. So that's why he was like so desperate to get the Miraculous, because he was on a time limit due to the cataclysm. Oh my god, I can't. So I'm just like, what the fudge is this next season supposed to be about? Which, one, of course, is supposed to be about our new villain, Chrysalis, which, like I said, from the London special, we see that she plays no games, because Marionette didn't even have a moment to rest, to where she woke up and a wish was being made, and it looked like it was pretty much wiping like the world from existence. All present, past, and future were just being wiped away. So it makes you wonder, what the hell was her wish? What the hell was she wishing for? To where it was changing reality itself. Like, what in the world? And then, the whole thing of her and Bunix and all the future, well, our version of Bunix, and then eventually the older versions popped up once, the timeline was fixed back. But that was crazy. Nah, Chrysalis doesn't mess around. She gets shit done. She does. Like, oh my god. They tried so many, they had to rewind and retry so many times. Just in this one special to stop her from achieving her goal. Because whenever they did one thing, she had like a counter plan so that her original plan could still continue on. So even though they did one thing, it fucked up, and then they'd be like, damn, we gotta go back again and retry something different. Like, that's what I'm like, her as this villain, she's playing no games, she's pulling no punches, and she even said that at the end of the first episode. She was like, you will not know nothing about me. Next to nothing. You will know nothing. You won't know my name, you won't know my true voice, you won't know my gender, you won't know anything. She's like, you will know nothing. So that way you won't be able to pick up on anything. She's playing 4D chess. She's playing 8D chess. Like, holy shit. She's not playing around. And it's just crazy. She's like, and how what she did so that she can get her, it's insane what she did. The fact that, she now has the butterfly Miraculous. So she, took it off, relinquished the powers, but she wrote down all the information she needed so that when she became akumatized, she opened it up and read it, knew what she needed to do, and got shit done. And even though, her marionette, or Ladybug and Bunix were doing everything they could to stop it, I guess whatever notes she wrote down had counter plans, countermeasures, and countermeasures to countermeasures, because how many times they had to rewind things and try it again was nuts. Until the final end, when it was just like, when she finally clicked on what the main thing to do was to fix, and that was changing up her notes so that way when she read it, it would confuse her to where she couldn't continue her plan because she had no information to work with, and then gave up for the day. I love villains like that. There are so many steps ahead of the heroes that the heroes have to play catch up. Oh, they were playing catch up hours before they realized what the fudge was going on. By the time they realized what was going on, she was already in her final stage, and that's nuts. And then it's no matter what they did, she was still 1 or 2 steps away from her final stage. So it's anything they did didn't really affect her, because at the end, she still got to her goal. Until they got to the point where they needed to, cut off that one point, so that way nothing else worked out in her favor. And it's oh my god! And basically what she's doing now to manipulate and influence people. The fact that, I love that she had already won and they needed time travel to even learn about her. Yeah, cause Marinette woke up and was just what the fudge is going on? What just happened? She's this should be done and over with. It's yeah, the butterfly Miraculous is done, but she was not expecting a counterattack that soon after everything pretty much had died down. Marinette literally woke up and it was the end of the world. And it was what just happened? And then before they had gone back even further in time, they tried doing it a few times, but by the time they got there, it was done. She had already made her wish and the world was changing. It was whoa. They were what is going on? What the hell just happened? So yeah, no, she's playing 8D chess. This girl is 20 steps ahead of everyone, and she's got countermeasures on counter plans on countermeasures. Cause Lila ain't playing no jokes. She's you will not know nothing. you won't know what I'm doing until it happens, and by then, it is way too late. Way too late. Oh, I think it was the same day too. She like beat Monarch, and then the night Chrysalis. Yeah, literally, like I think Marionette like had gotten everything, wrote down some notes, and literally like took a nap. Woke up, both Miraculouses were gone, and the light from the wish was like enveloping the world. So Marionette woke up and was like, "What the just happened? Like, this was supposed to be done. I'm supposed to be getting a break. What the hell is going on?" I think it wasn't until, and then Bunnocks was like sitting in her like realm, and she started seeing things past and future was just disappearing, and she was like, "What the fudge is going on?" She's like, "We won. This is over. This is done with. What the hell is going on right now?" They were by the time they realized it, it was over. It was over. She was. I can't. I'm getting a headache. It was wild. Just thinking like how far ahead she was, to the point that the moment they took a rest, she was done. Her plan was complete. She was set, ready to go, and she had won. Like, what? That is crazy. Like, and Chick didn't even wait a day. She was like, "Nah, I'm not giving y'all no time to rest." She's like, "I'm getting this done, and I'm getting this done tonight. Tonight. You're gonna wake up and shit is about to be real." I can't, but that's just let you know. This next season, oh, it's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be some real shit. Cause Lila ain't playing no games. I like that Chrysalis isn't letting any of the villains she creates know anything about her. She's threatening to take their powers away if they even think about giving. Oh no, when she said, "You are knowing nothing," she's like, "You will not know nothing." It's just the fact that even after like once people get kumatized, they kind of already don't remember. But she's not even. She's like, "You will not say my name. You will not say what voice you heard. You will not talk about our conversation." She's like, "You will not give any information to Ladybug. You will not give one little crumb of information to Ladybug." She's like, "The moment you do, this is done." It's like, you even think of speaking any information that could possibly link back to me, even something as tiny as, "Oh, I heard it was a male voice or a female voice." She's like, done. And that could be wrong for all they know. They don't know that. But she's not taking any chances. She's like, not 1 inch, centimeter, millimeter, nothing of information is leaking out to Ladybug. She's like, "You will be kept wondering. You will be kept spinning around, wondering what the hell is going on, until it is too late, and then there's nothing you can do. I won." Ooh, I can't. This season's gonna be so fucking good. I can't. I just can't. Shit is about to get wild. Like, we thought Monarch was a menace. Oh, Chrysalis ain't playing no fucking game. She is not. She is not. She is not. She is not. Running the heroes in circles while she's formulates a plan to win. Not even formulate a plan. She's keeping them running, and her plan's already like 10 steps in motion. So by the time they are at step 1, this chick's on step 20, about to reach her final goal. That's how she's working this, and it's crazy. And the fact that this girl already knows how to manipulate people and spin around and all these lies to get people to do what she wants and act how they want. Oh no. I mean, as us watching the show, I'm sorry, but the fact that now we got this villain who is this mass manipulator, just running around, spinning all these things around. I'm sorry, but my first instinct is, why does this person seem like someone I know? Someone who is this just mass manipulator that just seems to have everyone in the palm of their hand. I'm sorry, but I'm immediately turning to Lila. I'm like, nah, this don't seem right. But I mean, in their minds, they thinking she's gone, she's, defeated from before. I wouldn't, nah, even from before, even after Marionette, like, did her final thing, to get rid of her and Lila, me personally, I would have been like, we need tabs on this bitch. I need 24 surveillance on this chick. Absolutely not. Hawkmoth / Ladybug / Monarch was a supervillain, but Clarissa is a mastermind. Oh, she's a mastermind times 50. That's what I'm saying. If it was me, and I already know how this girl works from before, and it's just like the fact how easy she was able to like just manipulate everyone into believing she was this perfect being that she could do no wrong. If anyone, was trying to call her out, it was, oh no, they're just jealous. They're just trying to speak badly of me. You saw how easily she was able to manipulate all of Marionette's friends into believing her side. So whenever Marionette called her out, Marionette was the one who was looking like crazy and jealous. It's just, what? I'm like, nah. From the moment I saw that, the fact it took her that long to expose Lila for who she was, nah. As soon as it was over, I'm like, nah. I need 24 surveillance detailed on this bitch every hour on the hour. I want to know when this chick wakes up, where she's going every minute of the day, when she is home, when she is sleeping, and I want to know every single second of it. I'm like, I'm not letting this bitch out of my sight. Absolutely not. That's why I think she's a spy, because she lies and manipulates so easily. She slipped into a role so seamlessly, and how much of a master of disguise she is. Like, damn. We haven't even seen her face this season. No. I mean, we saw her face in the London special, but for all we know, that could not even be her real face. That could be a disguise she's wearing. So, like you said, we don't know what this bitch looks like. We don't know what she looks like, really. For all we know, that slick back blonde hair and the face we're seeing, that could not be Lila at all. That could be a total disguise. So we don't know what this chick looks like. None at all. Right, we don't even know what her real name is. We know her as Lila, and the other name she was going by, those other people called her, but for all we know, those are fake names. We don't know what this real chick name is. We don't know what her real name is. We don't know if the face we're seeing is her real face. And it's like, nah. Hell no. Nope. That's what I'm saying, from jump. After that, nah, I need all surveillance on this bitch 120%. We know Lila and Cerise, but how many other aliases does this chick have? What other names has she gone under? Maybe she even have some guy disguises, for all we know. Nah, hell nah. None of those are her names. We don't know what her real name is. We don't know. We don't have a clue. We have no idea. And we're just assuming the face we've been seeing is her real face. I mean, you saw at the end of the episode where she got called out and she left. The moment she pulled off that wig and looked like a totally different person, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, whoa. And then when she went by the Cerise name, I was like, who the fuck is Cerise? I was like, nah. I was like, for after that, I was like, nah, this bitch is gonna be problems. She's going to be problems. I mean, the fact she was so willing to work with Monarch or Gabriel, because she knew who Gabriel was. She knew Gabriel was Monarch and was willing to work with him. I was like, I was like, nah. After that, I was like, nah, this bitch is gonna be problems. Problems. And she already is. The fact that right after they defeated their big bad that they've been fighting for almost a year at that point, you show up and you just took over. Girl just took over and won. That's the thing too. It's the fact that she popped up and she immediately won. That's nuts. Monarch has come close a few times, but he's never fully. It literally took him till the end to win. Hold on, how much do we actually know about her? Like, period. We saw her mom, but like, was that her mom? But we know nothing about her. Like, at all. Right, those two women that she called like moms. Like, how do we know those are her real parents? How do we know like Cause we're assuming that it looked like maybe she was adopted, maybe she has a gay parents, but it's like, how do we know that's her real parents? How do we know these aren't just a cover she has? It's like, what is going on? And how many other cover families does she have? And it's like they just be fine that she's gone. But then again, this girl's a master manipulator. She could tell these people anything and they would just believe her. So the bitch would be gone for months and they won't raise any red flags about that. No, hell no. I'm sorry, my marionette, and I see how this girl is working, and I see how easy she can just manipulate people. Hell no. That's what I said. 24/7 surveillance at all times. I need everything she does by the minute. I don't want no eyes off this bitch. God, what if she's manipulating multiple parents to think they're... I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Like, you saw how easy she was to gaslight the other adults around her when she was Lila. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if she's manipulating, like, maybe parents who maybe have lost a child, or maybe maybe a child went missing, and she pops up and she's like, I'm your missing daughter who's been gone for so and so years, you know, I tracked you down, you know, like, I would be surprised. I would not put it past her at all. I would not put it past this chick. Nah, like, if I'm saying they thought shit was hard with Monarch, oh, they don't even know what the hell's going on with Lila, or whatever this chick's name is. Chrysalis, I guess. That's the name we'll call it. What the fudge? See, the thing about surveilling is you need to find the person you want to surveil. This chick is living in a bat cave, so that too. But like, what the fudge is this? Where'd this bitch get a bat cave from? That, like, what? That's another thing. I forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that up. This whole time, we just see her in like this dungeon bat cave, doing all this plotting and scheming. It's like, bitch, where are you? What? It's like, what? Where? How do you get access to something like that? Two, it's like, what? And it looks like she has like a whole setup down there, if I'm not mistaken. She got like a bed. She got like, nah. Like, who the hell is this chick? She vanished after she got called out at school. She was gone. They were like, wait a minute, where'd she go? Bitch was gone. On to her next persona. I forgot who she was talking to too. I think was it Chloe? Because Chloe was like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Everyone knows what happened. And she was like, relax, I got this. Pulled off her wig and became Charisse. And we were like, what the fuck? I was like, nah, what the hell? What is going on? You know what else? She looks just like a kid. I think she's like 15 max. And she's already this good that young. Nah. This girl must have special training or some shit. Because what the fudge? Like, what is going... Like, what? Like, no, I'm telling you, her backstory reveal, it's gonna be nuts. We are gonna be like... I know myself personally, whenever we get her backstory, kind of like why she's doing all this, why she has all this skill and whatnot, the moment we get that, I'm gonna have to rewatch that whole segment like 5 times. Because I'm gonna hear shit, I'm gonna be like, what? That literally is all I'm gonna be able to say is, what? 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 Nah. I'm gonna be so shell-shocked, I'm gonna be like, what the did I just hear? What did I just listen to? What did I just watch? I mean, I'm literally gonna have to rewatch that whole scene like 20 times. The thing is, why would someone as skilled as her be at some random Paris school in the first place? Right? It's like, also, we never even got the truth on why she transferred to that school in the first place. Like, why did she start going there? Nah, I think your theory of her being a spy might be right. I think she's working for some organization or something that wants the miraculous powers, and or maybe it's an organization she runs. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't be surprised. Cause she was just a student when she just a student. But the fact that she was lying her ass off, and everyone just believed her. But yeah, I love Marionette. Cause even Marionette from what Jump was like, this don't sound right. Marionette was like, nah, none of this sounds right. Something's off. And then at first Adrian was kind of okay with it, but then even then, in the flashback to the past, we saw Fu and his girlfriend running from someone who wanted the miracle box. What if it's them? So you mean she's been hunting the Miraculous for that long? Or maybe, yo, wait, what if it's like, what if she has like some type of secret organization family that's been like researching the Miraculous for years, and it's been so drilled into her that she believes the Miraculous belonged to her. So now she's doing everything in her power to get what she believes belongs to her, which are the miracle boxes and all the Miraculous and the Kwamis. Yo, wait. And maybe that's why she has like all these skills. It's been drilled into her since Jump to maybe complete this family legacy of finding these magical items that can grant you powers and wishes and whatnot. Yo, that could be something. Maybe not her specifically, but yeah, some organization or group that discovered the Miraculous and wanted them for some reason. That too. She could be part of some organization that she maybe been in from Jump, maybe from when she was a baby, and they just been training her up to infiltrate anywhere where the Miraculous were being used the most and hunt them shits down. I'm telling you, her reveal is gonna give me headaches. Her reveal is gonna give me headaches. Cause we hear helicopters and flashbacks, so they have resources. I don't know. Yo. Yo, we can sit here all night and spin these theories, cause what the fudge? Cause it's the fact that we know next to nothing truly about this girl. Just the fact that she's got manipulation skills up the wazoo. And she got all these skills, and her IQ's gotta be like Lelouch level. Like, what the fuck? Ooh, maybe that's why Lila was sent to Paris, because three Miraculous just showed up in the city all at once. That could be it. Because at that point, right? At that point, it was just the three. At that point, they weren't handing out the Miraculous to other people, right? So it was just the main three, which was Marionettes, Adrian, and Monarch, and all the rest monthly. Yes, and then her being there, she saw more were being revealed. So, cause it's maybe, cause what if it's possible they only knew about the first two? Cause it seems like the Ladybug and the Cat Noir one are like relatively known, like at least like historically, kind of. I mean, of course they don't know that, but what if maybe whatever organization or whatever her background's been hunting it, what if they only knew of the two? Of like the Ladybug and the one of the Black Cat, and then seeing a third one of, you know, the butterfly, they're like, wait a minute. If we've only know of the two, now there's a third one? How many of these are there? And then they send her there, and then she sees, oh no, there's like, how many of them? Like 12 of them? Hold on. I took a, what's that picture? Of all the Kwamis, well, except for the butterfly one. Pictures. You know what? No, let me go. 19. Holy shit. I know what, if that's true, if our theory is correct, yo, I'm sure her organization was having a just Caesar of being like, whoa, we thought maybe there was two, maybe three, maybe a little bit more, but you telling me there's like 19 more left? There's 19 of these magical items? Oh nah, we about to make some shit happen. And she was really interested in the book when Adrian had it in her first appearance episode, right? And didn't she pop up to wait, didn't she pop up to his house? And didn't she take pictures of the book he had, the copybook that he had of all the other Miraculous? So she, at that point, she knew there were a lot more than just the 3 they've been seeing. Oh, fuck. Then they seen powers like the rabbit and the rooster. Like, damn. But no, it did not happen. Didn't that one episode, she like snuck into the house after she had like caused someone to get akumatized or something? And she had snuck into Adrian's house, found the book that his dad had of the copy that showed like all the other Miraculous and like that ancient book. Didn't she take pictures of it? That means that at that point she knew. She was like, oh no, there's a lot more than we thought there were. And probably reported that shit back to wherever she works with. Yeah, she did. She took so many photos. So this group of hers would know everything about the Miraculous. Every single day. And knew how long. Because I have no doubt they could decipher it easily, right? And the fact that she used the fox for a little bit, right? Like she used it for like 1 or 2 episodes, and then Ladybug took it back. So I'm surprised she probably reported that shit back. She's like, oh yeah, I had made contact and I actually got to use one of the other powers we found out about, and they can do this, and this is what it feels like. Ooh, we making some theories here. What the fuck? Oh my god. Nah, she made a fake necklace and was akumatized to have powers that mimic the fox. Oh, okay. I swear I thought maybe she had it for like a second or two. But that was a fake. Okay, so maybe it's not such a weird coincidence. Did she already have pictures of the book at that point? So she knew what the power of the fox could do? Or was that just like a random coincidence that, you know, she made that? She had that. And then got the power similar to what the true Miraculous could do. That's wild. But even then, that's crazy. I mean, maybe. I mean, if she had already taken pictures at that point, and then make the fake necklace, then that would make sense. Cause then if she got mimic powers, it might not have been a real thing, but at least she would have an idea of what that ability could do. And then of course, you know, seeing Alia use it a lot. Yo, my head is spinning. What the fuck? Oh my god. That is wild. That is so wild. I can't even right now. And it's 'cause she made it after she got the box. And lied to Adrian saying her family had the fox Miraculous in the past. So when Hawkmoth akumatized her, he gave her illusion powers. To her to give her evidence to lie. That's crazy. She made it after she got the book. Oh, no problem. Okay. Mighty Adrian said her family had the fox Miraculous in the past. When Malcolm recognized, he gave her illusion powers. So that's crazy. So I mean, at that point, she knew what each one could do. She knew what each one could do, and she wanted to know what it felt like. What the fuck? I can't even. Cause like we thinking all this up, but it's like so many things are connecting. This could be true. This could be so true. Cause it's just like, who is this girl? Why does she have all these like random skills and abilities? And it's like, what is her true goal? Like, why is she doing this? Like, what is her end game of getting the akumatized? She's been akumatized a few bit too. Oh yeah, No, and I know damn well she did that purposely. She did it purposely so maybe she can just, like, she can get a feel of what the butterfly um the butterfly Miraculous could do. Like we said, she's been researching this shit. So now that she has the butterfly Miraculous, she's like, okay, so it could do this, it could do this. I can give out certain powers like this and this. Oh no, this girl's been plotting. This girl's been plotting 3 different times before she got the butterfly. Oh damn, okay. I knew it was a few times. 3 different times. I know it was like the first time they met. Then there was like another time. I forgot what the other time was. I think that's when she was making the fake one. And then I think there was like another one around the time Adrian and Marionette were like officially dating. It was where she allowed herself to get akumatized again. Maybe more off screen, possibly. Nah, this girl's been plotting. This girl's been plotting since she's shown up. This girl's been plotting, she's been scheming. She's been doing the most. I can't right now. Oh my god. She was Volpina at the end of season 1. She was Chameleon at the start of season 3. And the Hexer in season 5. Okay. She's been plotting and scheming her schemes and plots. That's a perfect saying. That's exactly what this bitch has been doing. This bitch has been plotting and scheming her schemes and plots. Cause what the hell? Oh my god. Nah, I'm telling you, when we get her true reveal on what she is, who is she working for, if she's working for anybody. Which, our theory on that might not be far off, because I do remember that whole flashback that, you know, someone was hunting down the Miraculous. And it seemed like a huge organization was hunting them down. And nah, just the fact that her abilities and skills and all this plotting and scheming nah, this bitch has training. This bitch knows what she's doing. And it's just like, it's literally gonna take everything Ladybug has just to stay even a foot, a pinky toe ahead of her. Because if they mess up even once, to a point that it's unreversible, oh, they're fucked. Oh, they're fucked. Definitely someone with a lot of resources and power behind them. It really seems like that. Like you said, I forgot about the whole fucking Batcave shit she's plotting and scheming in. And like, clearly someone gave her that location. Ain't no way in hell she found that shit. And just has like all that resources and stuff down there. Nah, she's definitely got some powers behind her, helping her. At the end of the day, it's like, what? What is their goal? What are they after? Why are they doing this? And I think she has, I feel like maybe she has a bit more stake in this because Ladybug like called her out, was like immediately called her out on her like lying and her bullshit. So maybe that like maybe that like hurt her pride. Maybe, you know, because she's so good at manipulating and lying people to get what she wants and do what they want. I think the fact that Ladybug immediately, or Marionette in this case, immediately called her out, she was like, nah. She was like, she's like, someone caught on to me? Someone caught on to me? No, that's not gonna work. Because in those flashbacks we saw with food, Paris is empty, we saw no one. They might have just saved on animation, but if that's because of the hunters, like, wow. I mean, plus, and now I'm thinking, it's like, the Miraculous have been supposed to be kept up, have been supposed to been like a kept secret all these years, right? It's only because of Monarch that they've pretty much become like world known, because he was just out here just akumatizing people left and right, you know, to get his hands on the Ladybug and the Black Cat Miraculous. So I think before all that, they were like a kept known secret, and only very few people, like only the people who were supposed to know, knew. But because of Monarch, yeah, they've become like public known, and that's probably drawn a lot more people to them, especially whoever's been hunting them in all these years. Ooh, yeah, they're not supposed to be public knowledge. But that's like, at this point, it just looks more weird if you try to hide these powers. It's like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. At this point, everyone knows about the Miraculous. Everyone knows about all these different abilities. Hiding them would make no sense. If anything, that it would just make people even more easier targets. If anyone's acting suspicious, trying to hide their abilities, and just make them more suspicious. Ugh, fuck. Oh my god, my head went through a whole thing of just, this could be happening, this could be happening, this could be because of this. Like, what the fudge? I was not expecting. Oh my god. And the whole world have seen them and has had them because of Gabriel's plan at the end of season 5. Yeah. Also, didn't he also kind of like broadcast when he became Monarch, after he had like gotten all the Miraculous? Wasn't it like televised that, he had captured all the Miraculous, that he had control of them, and now he was like truly hunting Ladybug and Cat Noir for theirs? Or was that just broadcast in like Paris? I swear I thought maybe that was broadcast like worldwide. Like they had captured it and it was like just being posted everywhere. That's nuts. That's insane. Oh my god. Yeah, he broadcast it to Ladybug. So yeah, basically at this whole point, the whole fucking world knows about the Miraculous. Knows about these abilities. Knows about all these different powers. These different gems. I wouldn't be surprised if the whole world saw it. I wouldn't be surprised either. So these hunters, they have gained so much info over the year in this universe. Yeah, all because of fucking Gabriel. I mean, I get it. I get what he was doing it. But it's like, because of your selfishness. I get it. You were trying to bring back your wife, but you were doing it in a way where you were basically putting the whole world at risk. Something that was supposed to be kept a known secret, that was a known secret for hundreds of thousands of years, possibly. You pretty much had broadcast that shit to the world for at least the past year. Now they got there. I wouldn't be surprised if different governments, different powers, all these shady and dark organizations start coming out to get their hands on the Miraculous. And like we've been thinking, we wouldn't be surprised if whatever the hell this chick's name is a part of one of these dark organizations that want their hands on this power. Dude, if this theory is real, this show is cooking. This show would be cooking. That'd be one hell of a twist to find out, oh, Lila's been working with this secret organization that's been hunting the Miraculous for years. Working with whatever little information they had. But now, thanks to Monarch and his faux show of all the powers and whatnot, they now have all the information they need to get some shit done. And she's about to get some shit done. I can't. Oh my god. Nah, this next season's gonna be nuts if they go into any of that. And mind you, at the same time, Marinette is juggling like 6 different things. Now she's back as the Guardian. Now she's got to worry about this new villain who is 50 steps ahead of her. Oh, what if they didn't need that info? What if this group were ex-Guardians or Guardians that didn't make the cut? Oh wait, I didn't think about that, because wasn't there a there was like this what was that, like, not Guru guy, there was this one guy that popped, like a monk who popped up and was testing Ladybug and Cat Noir to see if they were worthy of holding the Miraculous. Why did block off? Like, what? That's so dumb. Like how Fu almost didn't because he failed that test. Yeah. What if? Holy shit. I didn't even think of that. I forgot about that. Because that one guy popped up and was testing Ladybug to see if she would be a rightful a rightful guardian for the miracle box. But the fact that's happened, that means there is an organization that's going around protecting the Miraculous, making sure that whoever is the guardian is a rightful like holder for the Miraculous, that they're not gonna abuse the powers. But what if there were previous people who were corrupted by the power, who were about to go just ape shit with all the abilities at their disposals, failed the test, and they now all form this group so that they can get their hands on the power they felt that was robbed from them. Holy shit. Oh, and what if Lila's like, maybe not a past guardian, but like maybe not an ex-guardian, but maybe she was taken in by an ex-guardian and was just raised up in that group of being like, we were robbed of the power that was supposed to be ours, a power that was supposed to be under our control, and we're just trying to get it back. She's just been brainwashed into believing that power doesn't belong to Ladybug or whoever the guardian is. It belongs to their group, and maybe she's got into her head that power belongs to her. Oh fuck. Yo. Oh my god. Yo, this is I mean, this is all fucking theory at this point, but yo, if any of this shit ends up becoming true, I'm gonna lose my whole mind. Cause what the fuck? That'd be nuts. That is true. Oh my god. Listen, yeah, Master Suhan showed up after Feast was defeated. But as the Feast of Guardians were eaten, so these hunters wouldn't find any other Miraculous. So they looked and for any sign of the lax box until the Guardian came back. But once Hoffmark and the hero showed up in Paris, the hunters got excited. And they were like, ooh, now we know where they are. Now we kind of have an idea where the holders are. Oh, it's about to be hunting season. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Fuck, I just had another theory. This is gonna be so kind of dark. What if that's true? And in this season, they're hunting down all the holders, one by one, stealing their Miraculous. Like, let's send in our best operative, which is Lila, and she has her hand on a Miraculous. So what if she's making scenarios to where maybe certain people can't handle it and they end up losing their Miraculous? So then they'll so people are like, some of the other holders are constantly losing their Miraculous one by one. It may not be all at once, kind of like what happened before. But let's say one person loses their Miraculous here, another one loses it over here, another person loses it over there, and then they slowly cutting it down, stealing the Miraculous. Hell, might even be stealing might even be kidnapping the holders, because you gotta remember, these are all kids who have all these. These are all the classmates. These are all kids who have these, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of the people end up start going missing. Because what the fuck? I mean, then again, they could just steal the Miraculous off of them and then wear it themselves, right? Like, you don't have to be. I think once you have one, you can wear it and activate the powers. You don't have to be like really worthy. Like you don't have to be like dubbed worthy to wear it, to like use to have full access to the powers. I think once you have the Miraculous, you can just do whatever you want. Oh, how about this? This season, Chrysalis is creating scenarios to study the heroes in Ladybug, to learn what it takes for Ladybug to call in help. The next season, she's slowly picking the others' holders off one by one. Ooh, that would be interesting. So this whole season would just be a setup for the next season, where people would just start getting picked off one by one. And what's funny? I said this too. When they announced season 6, they said season 7 and I believe season 7 and season 8 were already in the works. So they already got that story locked. They know what they're trying to do. And they're, like I said, this is a theory, but this could be true. Because we got another 5 more seasons confirmed. Okay, so it's more than I thought. So we got 5 more seasons of Ladybug. Oh yeah, shit's about to get real. Shit's about to get real and shit's about to get dark. Good thing about it, they're supposed to be still in high school at this point, right? They're supposed to be graduating soon. So can you imagine this going further to where now they're in like college dealing with this? Oh, that'd be interesting, because at that point, when people start going off in different ways, people start going in different ways to, you know, follow their dreams. So some people end up going like across the world, to, like maybe go to different colleges or different scenarios. Yeah, I think they're like 14 to 16, I think. Yo, that's crazy. What the fuck? So you could be right. This season could just be a fucking setup of her just watching them, learning their moves, learning their tactics. So then next season, it's fucking hunting season. Hunting season. They start picking them off one by one, stealing a Miraculous. Ooh, I can't take it in my head. Oh my Jesus. Oh my God. I can't. Yo, this season. This is all theory. We could be totally wrong, but this would be sick if this is true. If any of this turns out to be true, that is wild. I totally forgot about the Guardians or people who didn't make the cut. What's stopping them from forming their own group and like hunting down the Miraculous they believe were rightfully theirs? Like nah. And the fact that there's been people who've been hunting the Miraculous and showed that people were hunting down Master Fu. Oh no, hell nah. I mean, I was already hyped for this season. Now I'm even more fucking hyped because what the hell is about to be happening in this season? What is going on? And apparently there's this new girl popping up. I don't think we'll lose a holder each episode. I think it'll be subtle. The mouse here, the snake there, with an akumatized villain in between each one, maybe even a couple. Just to keep Ladybug distracted. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't think it's like every episode will lose a holder, but I think they'll like create scenarios where like majority of the team would be like dealing with someone, maybe someone or a few other people will be off to the side, and they'll pick, okay, maybe we have enough time, let's go after this person and take their Miraculous. Right, but let's not get too greedy. Let's just go off and take one. Let's, deal with one knock, take them out, and let's take that Miraculous, and we'll just slowly work our way and getting them all under our control. Especially the whole keeping them distracted, because I said this earlier, she made it very specific that she didn't want any of the other wielders to face off an akumatized villain by themselves. But that could also work against her, because what if she sends them away and sends them off and ends up unknowingly sending them off to a trap? where they end up losing the Miraculous. You know what? I wouldn't push it past this. Lila, whatever the hell her name is, Chrysalis. I wouldn't push it past this bitch. Absolutely not. Ooh, and if they're ex-guardians, then they're having to fight abilities. Then they have to fight abilities to fight Miraculous holders. Because Suhan was specifically trained to fight holders. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Because wasn't at one point her, a Ladybug, and like Cat Noir were fighting against Suhan because he was trying to take the Guardian box, and he was whooping their butts. They were struggling to fight against him. So there's more people like him who were probably exiled or something. Oh, they're not ready. They're not ready. They are not ready. Especially since they're more dealing with akumatized villain, people who have superpowers. Did he have superpowers? I don't believe so. I think I want to say I think it was just hands. I think he was just giving them handwork. He was just working them. Oh yeah, these next few seasons of Miraculous Ladybug are gonna be wild. I'm going to be fucking wow. Nah, he was just that good. Okay, I figured. I was like, no, I don't remember him having powers. I think he was literally just working them because was trained to deal with holders. Nah. And if there's any more like him who's been exiled or kicked out of the organization or whatever group they have, oh no. They're not ready. They're not ready for that. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my Jesus. Whew. I mean, I was already hyped for the season, but thinking about all this, oh yeah, no, this next season's gonna be fucking nuts. I really hope we're not overestimating the show, because if this is all true, then goddamn. That I'm saying that, like, this is all theories. We could be totally off the mark. They could have not thought about any of this. But if this is even somewhat true, even a little bit true, oh, the show is gonna be gas. The show is already gas, but this show would be crazy if they did some shit like that. Like, this is a kids show at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, but think about it. I mean, they haven't done that in years, but remember OG Teen Titans? That was a kids show, and that show had some serious moments in it. Like, some serious moments. Then, like, you go back and you rewatch, you're like, how the hell did they... How is this okay to put in a kids show? Like, what? Just the fighting, the manipulations, the back and forth, the toss and turns, the story, the lore, like, they could definitely do it. They could definitely pull a OG Teen Titans and flip this thing on its head. We think this is a kid show. Ooh, no, nah, this is an adult show. I'm convinced Robin killed a few people in that show. Him, Cyborg, Raven. Oh, the Raven definitely killed some people. Beast Boy, Starfire. I mean, Robin himself, him and Raven. Oh yeah, I think they've definitely killed some people. Oh, Raven for sure, 100%. I'm dead ass. Raven has definitely killed some people. And OG Teen Titans, they just cut it out, or they made it seem like it was something else. Nah, I'm sure Raven has murked a few people in OG Teen Titans. That is crazy. But like we said, this could all be wrong. This is all could be one big theory that we just are thinking, but I mean, nothing's stopping them from doing that. Like I said, nothing's stopping them from giving it a Teen Titans special and turn this thing on its head. No, you're right. Nothing wrong with kid shows doing heavy shit. So like, MLB does. What's MLB? Oh, it was a Miraculous Ladybug. Okay, I was like, what's LMB? But I'm saying I'm reading it in my head. I'm like, oh, okay, duh. Miraculous Ladybug, yeah. No, that'd be gas. I mean, they already were doing some pretty heavy shit. I mean, at this point, at that point in the story, I mean, Gabriel was dying. Like, this man was dying before our eyes. Like, this man was slowly being turned into dust before our eyes. Shit, there was a few times Adrian almost murked people with his cataclysm. I remember one scene is when they were trying, their friend group was trying to get, Adrian and Marionette to kiss on the Ferris wheel. One of the characters almost said something like, y'all are stubbing his ass or something. Like, he almost cursed. And I'm like, whoa, isn't this supposed to be a kiss show? I'm just like, okay. I think Miraculous Ladybug is being like, I think we kind of coming out of the kid show and showing some maturity, cause shit's about to get real. I forget what episode I forget exactly what he said, but he said something and he almost said like ass, and it was like, whoa. A lot of modern kids show don't mention that, but in London special, Gabriel straight up says Gabriel dress is dead. Yeah, no, she said straight up he is dead in the ground, 6 feet fucking under. I mean, yeah, I mean the other characters didn't say it, but they were like, yeah, he's gone. Like, yeah, he's straight up, he's gone. And then, like I said, he sacrificed himself for Natalie. So, like, even though they didn't say, like, straight up, like, he's dead, like Lila, they've definitely, like, been like, oh no, this man is gone. He's gone. But yeah, no, I remember that. She literally, at the end, when they flipped the names, because when she wrote down that Ladybug was Marionette, she, like, used, what was it, highlight? No, not highlight. She, like, rubbing alcohol with a Q-tip to erase her name and put Gabriel's name. So when, like, the future when she went back, so that she could acclimatize herself and learn what happened, she read it and she was like, wait, what? No, he's dead. What's going on? He can't be Ladybug. He's dead. And no, listen, they about to get wild, but I'm here for it. Bring on the seriousness. I was like, hand sanitizer, yeah, alcohol, and it dissolved the ick. Yeah, okay. I was like, I don't know, some type of rubbing alcohol she did to, like, remove the name, and then she wrote over it with Gabriel's name, so that way she couldn't use she didn't have any information on who Ladybug was. Also, now that I think about it, when she originally did that and learned who Ladybug was, I'm sure that drove her even more, because she already hated Ladybug, for calling her out on her lying and her manipulation. But, she also had a separate hatred for Marionette, for always going against her and then calling her out to, like, leave the school and whatnot. So finding out that pretty much the two people you hate are one and the same, oh, she was ready for some action. She was ready. But I'll just say one more thing. It looks like there's supposed to be, like, some new character that gets introduced that's hanging around Adrian a lot. I don't know who is this girl. I mean, maybe it's Hit It Square. I mean, maybe, but who knows? Maybe she's just there to be a plot device to with their whole love thing, or this girl could be something else. I don't know. Oh, Sublime. I think she's cool. I've only seen the first episode. I haven't seen the rest. I don't even know what her name was. I just know it's like some blonde girl. Her episode's already out. I don't think she's a problem. I don't know. But maybe I'll take your word for it. But I'll see the episode for myself, and I will see. But yeah, I'm done for tonight. I've been freaking talking for almost 4 hours now. But I gotta get to bed because I got work tomorrow. I don't go in too early, but I go in early enough, I should say. She's actually really sweet. Okay, I've literally only seen episode 1 because That one night I was searching through YouTube with you guys, and I saw it pop up. I don't know why, but the Disney Channel popped up, and they were just like, "Oh, season 6, episode 1, Miraculous Ladybug." So, and then I was like looking at it, I was like, "Ain't no way." I was like, "Did they really put the first episode on this?" And then I looked in it, and like it literally was the first episode. So I was like, "Oh, ain't no way." I was like, nah. I think I literally like turned on. I was like, I'm gonna end stream, guys, because I need to go watch this. I need to watch this like now. But yeah. So you know what? I think I'll just stay here. But thank you so much for everyone who came. Actually, this was so much fun. I loved coming on here and just talking Miraculous Ladybug. Like I said, ever since watching episode 1 of season 6, I've literally just gone back and just been rewatching. I actually think Illa Hater is episode 2. They're releasing episodes out of order again. Ah, okay. That's what they did with last season too, and that threw me off. Like, it was in order for some point, and then like it randomly jumped to like episode like 16 to the rest, and I was like, what the fudge? No, like 16 and then it stopped like towards the like end point, and then went back and did like the other episodes it was missing. So I remember what I did. I literally, I like watched it as it was coming out. I watched them episodes as it was coming out because I was just like, I want to see it. But once the full season came out, I literally watched it from beginning to end in order, as the number orders it was supposed to be. So I'll probably just end up doing the same thing. Just kind of watching them in and out of order, and then once the full season is done, I'll rewatch it again from beginning to end to get the full story. They've done it since season 1. Now they have, which is really weird. I don't know why they've done this. It's like, why would you do that? That's kind of odd, but whatever. I mean, they figured, well, the series is still getting popular. People are still coming to watch this, even though this series has been going on since 2015, I think. Damn, it's been 10 years. Fuck me. Miraculous Ladybug. Yeah. First started in 2015. So it's been 10 years since the Miraculous Ladybug started. Damn, 10 years. This show's been going on for 10 years. That is crazy to think about. I feel like the show just started, and yet we're 6 seasons in, and it's been 10 years. You still at me? But yeah, no. Yeah, I'm literally looking at now. Season 1 came out in 2015. But that's crazy. It's been fucking 10 years since Ladybug started. And since then, it's just been growing. People love this series. I remember back when I was at my old job, before I moved to my remote, they were like, people were asking me, they're like, "Oh, do you watch Miraculous Ladybug?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." I was like, I didn't think anyone else was watching this show. They're like, "Oh, I wouldn't normally, cause they're like, I haven't really watched anything on like Disney Channel in years." But they're like, they saw an episode 2 and just were hooked. And I was like, "Yo, same here." It just popped up randomly. At least for me, when I watched it, they were showing it on Nickelodeon, and then they like flipped it over to Disney Channel, which was kind of odd. But I was like, whatever. Love the meta joke in London special marionette. Feels like that was 10 years ago when she gets her earrings from the past. Oh, that's funny. I don't even remember that. I'll have to rewatch that. To hear say that line, but that's funny. But yeah, 10 years, 2015, and now it's 2025. This show's been going on for that long. Good lord. But yeah, I'm gonna head out, you guys. Like I said, I got work tomorrow. Literally been sitting here talking for almost 4 hours. But if I could, I would definitely just sit here the whole night and just talk some more Miraculous Ladybug with you. But I kind of feel like I kind of went over everything. Kind of went over like major points in each season. Went through certain episodes I really like. And just kind of what maybe could happen in this current season and future seasons to come. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. But thank you so much for everyone who came. Thank you so much, Maury. Thank you, Mio Sticks over here on Twitch, for coming over, you guys. Thank you for all the people who came over on my YouTube as well. I will be back. LOL, did you put a spoiler at the start of the stream? I did not. Well, I did say I was talking about seasons 1 through 5. But no, I didn't put spoilers. But you know what? I mean, I guess it's kind of late. You know what? I think I'll put it in anyways for anyone who watches the VOD. Spoilers and theories. Well, sorry to anyone who got spoiled. Pretty much, cause I kinda did go into depth of certain episodes, so and like major key points. Spoilers and theories. And I'll change it over to my YouTube as well. But yeah. Yeah, sorry for anyone who got spoiled. You know, if you never see Miraculous Ladybug. Oh boy, that theory. Pretty much, because, woof, we were just going down a rabbit hole with that. That's what I'm telling you, even if just like even just half of that ends up becoming true, I'm gonna lose my whole mind. If even just like half of what we talked about ends up becoming true, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it, because what the fudge? But yeah, let me officially get up. It's like 3:40 a.m. my time, and I need to get some sleep. But thank you so much. We could definitely do this again. Come on, have maybe another chatting stream. Just talk about maybe another random show. Maybe we'll talk about season 6 once it officially is done and comes out. Maybe we'll come in here and talk about that. Maybe we see, give us some more theories on what we think the later seasons could be thinking about or talking about. And like I said, we could do other shows too. I would love to come here and talk about some other cartoons. I would love to come up here. I mean, I thought about it of coming up and just you know, I have my podcast where I talk about anime, but I would love to come up here and just talk about random stuff, like random shows, like OG cartoons, like. I would love to talk about like OG Teen Titans or any of those old shows. Ayo, Ben 10 chat stream, but I could definitely do that. I would have to rewatch Ben 10 again, but I could definitely come up here and just talk about Ben 10. Speaking of, I did it's up here on my YouTube. I did put up a video of me reacting to the 5 years later series, so you guys could definitely check that out. But I would definitely love to come on here and talk about some talk about OG Ben 10 and kind of go through each season or series of it. That'd be interesting. Ooh, Jesus. Oh, you did. I need to watch that. Yeah, it is pretty long, but I combined it all into one. So it's literally me watching episodes 1 through 11 the last 2 days. Cause I did like 1 through 4 one day, and then I did 5 through 11 the other day. But yeah, definitely check that out. Cause I did do a reaction of me. I did live stream me reacting to it, and I put it all as one video. So definitely check that out. But I said it's like 3 times, but yeah, let me go. I need to get out of here so I can get me some sleep, so I'm not totally exhausted when I get up for work tomorrow. But thank you so much for everyone who came again. I will see you all next time, possibly tomorrow. But until then, hope everyone has a great night/day. No, you're good. I was honestly getting sidetracked as well. New stuff just kept popping up in my head just to talk about. But thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.